corroding like a geezer.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to GRAYBEARD'S studio. This is episode 16, and today we are taking on the challenge of Lord of the Rings. But not only that, we have a guest star too, so it's really going to be interesting. Let me start off by bringing in my co-hosts for this wonderful programming event. Of course, there is the some people call him the silent but deadly David Williams. There he is. Thank you, David, for those words. He's threatening me. He's threatening me. You're the one who doesn't finish your art, and yet you're threatening me. I don't know, man. Let's bring in one of the great anchors in the history of comic books. This is Gary Martin. Let's say hello to Gary. There he is. Hey, Gary.
David, do those hands grow out of your bones?
Yes.
And you can summon them at will?
Yes.
Where did you get the two sheds, man? I thought you were Goiter, Gary Goiter Martin.
I was watching Monty Python last night.
Okay. There you go. All right. So it's that, I hate to say it this way, but it is that time of the month again. And that means we have a guest artist joining us. I will say I have all expectations that we will have a Bigfoot sighting. He's just apparently running a little bit late today, but we will bring him in when he shows up, of course. Kelsey Shannon is the other regular on this show that hasn't shown up yet, but we are expecting him. But put your hands together for a guy that's got a Barbarian comic raging on Indiegogo right now called KOR-DRATH the Accountant. No, I'm sorry, it's KOR-DRATH the Reckoning. Everybody, here he is. It's Andy Smith. Hey, Andy, thanks for joining us.
Hello.
Oh, see, he's got
Hello.
Is that like,
well, thank you for having me.
Well, you know, I'm getting tired of you streaming over the top of us, so I thought, well, the best way to stop that from happening is to bring you on the show, and then you can't do it. So, no.
That's true. That is true.
Well, let's stall a little bit, see if Kelsey will show up. David, what have you got to show us today from your repertoire of crazy art that's going on in that studio?
Nothing today, because
dude,
what? Some of it's I want to show it when it's a little bit more complete.
Did you finish your piece from last week?
Not yet.
Oh my!
Wow.
Well, can you show us the layout from last week so we can all remember how little you accomplished on the show last week?
No, just because you said it that way.
Oh, I know. Give an attitude. You get more honey or bees with honey.
Yeah.
Or however that saying goes.
No, David, if that's
David, what
fine.
T-shirt are you wearing?
Oh,
That's Dave Stevens.
is it now?
It is.
It is.
Did he like make those and sell those, or is that like a special item, or did you like bootleg that?
Actually, it's a recreation that Gary Martin did, and he made a special T-shirt for me.
Oh, so that's just a one-off, huh?
Well, limited to what, like 3?
Yeah.
Does anybody know?
It.
Does anybody know? Jeez, I'm going to turn your camera off. Does anybody know why Dave did that piece? What that was used for?
I think it was.
Wasn't that a proposal?
I don't think so. Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was from he did like a whole page. It wasn't just that image. It was.
Yeah, I thought it was a commission.
Okay, I assumed it was a proposal.
No,
it was like a comic book page.
Well, it'd be just like
I remember seeing a Spider-Man page from him, but I don't.
Yeah, it would be just like Marvel to turn down Dave Stevens to do a Spider-Man project, right?
Yeah. No, I think that was a commission.
Okay. All right, Gary, you got some stuff behind you. What? You want me to click on the screen here?
Yeah, got some stuff to share.
Oh,
Okay, this is from that Batman special, right? The Golden.
Yes, I think I showed this page before, and I was digging around the other day and found a stack of Xeroxes from this job. If you guys remember the Batman special in what was it, like early
83?
to mid 80s when it came out.
yeah.
For some reason, Golden decided not to finish it. But it was odd because he kind of cherry picked pages and panels that he wanted to ink throughout the whole job.
Right.
And so there would be some pages completely inked by him and some pages with just one or two panels or even one or two figures on it. And they hired Mike DeCarlo to finish the inking, and they hired me to ink the backgrounds.
You inked the background?
Really?
Not the whole job, but on a lot of it. And here's the first page. Here's an example. I'm showing this one because I think I did show this page before. The first panel is a good example of the whole book. Golden did layouts on the whole book, and I'll show an example of that later. In his inking, he was finishing it. So in the first panel, the figures in the foreground, Bruce and his parents, and you know, this thug light post and the street setting in the foreground it's all Golden. He inked it himself. I inked the background. The second panel,
I didn't know that.
Golden inked the cop reaching for his gun. Mike DeCarlo inked the people crawling into the window, and I inked the background.
Now, the cross hatching, was that by instruction of Golden?
No, that's all me.
You just said, I'm going to show off and I'm going to cross hatch.
These were layouts, and so there was no indication for blacks or textures or rendering, feathering, nothing.
Is that zip or in that first panel, or is that cross hatching?
The background, the buildings, that's Zipatone.
Okay, but in this second panel,
the bricks, that's all cross hatching. The texture on the boxes, that's Zipatone.
Can you go on closer?
And if you can see, let's see, the box on the left, my shameless
Deli.
advertising, Martin's Deli. My name is literally sprinkled throughout the whole book.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to go back and look at that
Yep.
now.
I know. I had no idea.
I didn't know
So
that.
anyway,
either.
that's the first page. Let me click. Hold on a second.
Before you get rolling on this, hang on a second. We do have a Bigfoot sighting, so let's bring in Kelsey. Better late than never. There he is, Kelsey Shannon.
Yo.
Hello.
Hey.
He's muted. You're muted, Kelsey. You're muted.
Not mine.
We can see his frustration in his hands. See, that's good storytelling.
Yes.
There it is.
There you go.
There you go.
You see,
Hey, I see he has the drawing on his table he's going to mail me. That's awesome.
I know, isn't that great?
didn't I tell you Kelsey's going to show up late and he's going to be a hero?
That's right.
Yeah.
He's like, Kelsey's here. Everybody's going nuts in the chat. It's Kelsey. They're crying.
Fashionably.
Children are
Fashionably.
weeping.
I'm doing that next time.
No, it's my dog.
What are y'all looking
Gary,
at?
go
Some
ahead.
Michael Golden looks like. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so you guys have to bear with these images. These are all scanned Xeroxes. These are Xeroxes I made at DC years and years ago, and so the quality is not that great. So here's an example of one of Golden's layout pages. And you see it's tight, but there's no indication for blacks or rendering.
Mm.
Right.
Mhm.
And the
Can you
whole
go-
job was like this.
Going closer.
Yeah, I mean, that's how Michael does layouts. When I was sharing a studio with John Beatty, him and John are good friends, and John would show me some of the nom layouts that he did finishes over. And it's just like this. It's basically total outline. Everything's there. You just have to do the lighting and rendering.
Right.
So,
Well, but I mean, he's got pencils in the back of like the Jackie Chan book, which he had like Rick Magyar ink, and those are like full pencils, like with shading and like everything, and it looks so tight.
I have Xeroxes of the Star Wars job that he did that Terry Austin inked.
Is it like this too?
Were real tight. I mean, he filled in blacks and everything. So
wow,
he does it different, for different jobs.
Man, you've been holding out on me, G. I don't appreciate this, not one bit.
I know, right?
Okay, so here's the layout.
Wait, no, don't ignore me.
What?
You've been holding out on me.
He didn't tell me either.
Time to warm up the fax machine.
David, I have no excuse.
Okay, that's all I had to hear.
Okay, so here's a Xerox of my inks on his pencils around the figure. And so
wow,
this stuff went to Mike DiCarlo, and he inked the figures after. So if you see, as an example, this first panel, there she is on the couch. No blacks, no rendering. And then there's my background. So I put in the painting and texture on the couch and some drop shadows and stuff like that.
Man, and I thought Michael Golden was a genius.
Yeah, it was really you, Gary, the whole time.
I know.
So that's basically what I did for the whole job. This page, Michael did the inking on the first panel and then the bottom two panels, and I did the inking in the second panel.
So Michael did the whole first panel, all the bricks and stuff?
Yeah, that's all golden.
Oh, wow.
So that's where I got the cross hatching for the first page. It's like, I want to try to be golden.
Yeah.
And that's why I did that. I don't know why he didn't ink that one panel, and then he could have, finished the whole thing.
Again, because he didn't want to ink buildings.
Yeah, shameless promotion. Here we go. Sign here on the back.
I know, I love it.
Like Martin.
The amount of times I looked at this job and not picking up that little sign and stuff like that is just
well,
great.
one of it, it's if you look at the comic, there's color over it, and so you can't.
Yeah, that's true.
So, like this, as an example, this picture in this frame is completely throwaway, but he did all that with dots. It's not crosshatch. It's all.
So, like, he stippled it, basically.
Stippled it, yeah.
Holy crap.
So Golden, he was an animal. I mean, he put in the zipatone and I think that ceiling is zipped. Look at her hair, because that's not in the pencils. That's all his, decision making.
That's interesting that guys like him and Wrightson did the same thing. They left so much to them that they did so much in the inking that wasn't in the pencils. It's just amazing.
Well, and for something that tight as well, it's really impressive.
Yeah. So Gary brought this up to make us feel bad before the show starts.
Another page where it's all mixed up. I did the building in the first panel, and so all that stuff, decision making, the underlighting, the zipatone, all that stuff is my decision because it wasn't indicated. Golden, let me zoom in. Golden inked the second panel, all of it. Look how cool that Batman is.
Yeah.
You see kind of a shaky
Wait a
line.
minute. So he didn't ink the close up though. He inked the the second panel, but he didn't ink the close up.
I know, right?
Good eye, Aaron. DiCarlo inked the Batman close up, and he inked Commissioner Gordon on the bottom.
Yeah, you'd think Michael would have been like, "Well, I got to do these big close-ups."
I know. He also Golden inked Commissioner Gordon's face here and this dude. I don't know who this guy is, the mayor or somebody with a toupee coming off. That face is golden.
Yeah, you can tell.
These figures are DeCarlo, and that's DeCarlo's face. He put himself in the comic.
Yeah.
That was like you and him both were like, you know.
I know, exactly. That's my podium and my exploding car and smoke.
Wow.
Complete with like crayon and I mean Zipatone and whiteout on Zipatone and all that.
Well, you got closer to Golden's.
$25 a page for all this?
Oh, I was getting $12 a page.
Oh my
God. Damn.
That was a top background rate back then. Because the way they figured it, it was $60 a page was the top rate. I think Dick Giordano was getting 60 at that time. And they figured 20%. That was the background rate.
To do the backgrounds. Wow.
So I actually, DeCarlo wasn't getting 60, so I probably got like $10 a page.
Wow.
Damn.
I think you got closer to Golden's line work than DeCarlo for sure.
Well, that's what I was trying to do was mimic Golden.
Well, DeCarlo's more of a pen guy, isn't he?
No, he uses a brush. He just has a very distinct line. Let me show you.
Yeah, I thought he was a pen guy. Wow.
Yeah, that's what I would have guessed too.
One more page. Just one. I did this building in the first panel.
Good lighting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, like Zipatone crazy.
Now, did you make the decisions on the windows or did Golden?
No, that was all. No blacks indicated anywhere.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I did the backgrounds on the rest of these panels. DeCarlo inked the figures. Okay. So
I like the face of that guard. Actually, the guy handing him the tray has a great face.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I inked this third panel. I decided there should be a picture here, and I cut out a picture from the magazine and just pasted it on.
Statue of Liberty art. Love it.
Yeah, exactly. If you look down here, you see my name on this cup and my name upside down on this book with a little on it.
You're a graffiti tagger. You're just tagging everywhere.
Yeah, right?
It's throughout the whole story.
I'm going to go back and look at my pages of sludge and see if you put your name in there.
Well, he got credit for that. So,
because I got credit.
Yeah.
So I didn't get credit in this.
He actually called the editor and said, "Hey, please don't put my name on this."
You talking about sludge? Okay. All right.
Yeah. He's like, "Don't put my name on it. I'll do it sporadically throughout the book."
All right.
Yeah.
See how it is.
This bottom panel is inked by DeCarlo, and I did the backgrounds. And I just noticed I'd forgotten this carpet, that texture. That's pen. That's my.
Oh wow!
Hand drawn. I mean,
oh my gosh!
$10 a
for
page.
$10 a page. For $10 a page. Wow!
You lost money on that one.
Well, he's trying to ensure his next gig.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, back then, $10 a page. $10. I mean, come on, a couple pages a day. You're gold. 1983.
Well,
it's $20 a day.
I wasn't doing a couple pages a day.
Should have taken Eric Larson's advice and set a timer for 3 minutes. What was it?
That's right.
That $10 would have been a fortune at 3 minutes.
So you guys in the chat have that comic. If you look through it, you'll see billboards and street signs and stuff with my name on it.
Well,
I'm
speaking
gonna have
of
to
the
dig it
chat,
out. Look at it now.
I know. Before we go to Andy and Kelsey to see what they've got on their drawing board, let me address the chat real quick so these guys don't feel neglected. Past Master Dan is here. Leg Kick, because Leg Kick, of course, is almost always here. Creative Faye Illustration. She says, one low presti to rule them all and in the darkness bind them. I like it. Dan, the Pizza Man Genovese is here. Hail Graybeards in the chat. Blackjack is here. Anthony Hans, Ruby Jade 90, Repairman Jack is here. Randy Howell all the way from Canada. Joe Bernardo all the way from Vegas. Marcus Killigrew is here. He says, I'll be watching driving home from Charleston, South Carolina. That doesn't sound very safe. You're driving and you're watching us so, feel free to pull over to Rest Stop and watch the show.
Yeah.
Bill Maxwell is here. And let's see here. Okay, that's
Daniel's
Humphrey
here.
Bear. Duck Bacon is here. Who's here?
Daniel. You know Daniel.
I know many Dan.
Past
Fame Low Life is here. Jimmy Reyes Art is here. You know Jimmy. Jimmy's got a campaign called Dragon Rage on Indiegogo right now. You want to check that out. Bill Weist is here. He's a fellow artist as well. There's many fellow artists in this chat. Tarks9 all the way from Canada. Unhinged is here, spreading the love as he does every time he shows up in my chat. He says, "I love you," and I'm touched by that. We love you too, Unhinged. I think. Let's see. Green Laser's here, spreading the campaigns around. That's great. Thank you for that. I already mentioned Black. Jay Dredd is here. That's short for Judge Dredd, I would guess. Let's see. Who am I forgetting? Fly Fox Pro is here. Bretsky the Great. Saltwater Cowboy. Avast G Mateys. Hail Graybeards and Andy Smith, too. Andy Smith does not have a gray beard, as you can tell. He has a chocolate cake beard.
Guys, I'm 30 years old. I'm not going to have a gray beard for at least 20 more years. Come on now.
His hair just migrated from his head to his chin. That's all.
That's right. Randy said, "Come on, Kelsey, you were playing video games. That's why you're late." So, it's true or not, but Jeff Potts is here. Kevin Thomas. Doodly-doo. Citizen Ronan finally showed up. Gordok's Pub is here. Oh, look, someone sent me money. There it is. Ooh. Daniel, that's what you're talking about. $10. Everyone knows me. Thank you for the $10, Daniel. I know you now.
See, told you.
Now, is this like a Daniel, like a secret Daniel that everyone actually does know? Messing with us?
Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine.
Oh,
just gave you $10. He's your friend too.
I know. He's my best friend now. Phil Diaz is here. Of course, he's got what the heck? Somebody help me out. I can't.
Hardest working man in comics, right there.
Lost Pages.
Lost Pages 3. There it is on Indiegogo. You want to check that out as well. Slim Crow is here. How about that? Good old Slim Crow. Good to see you. Nintendo Ginger and Paulus Arts. He says nobody sends me money. Well. You don't have.
Welcome to the club.
That's right.
All righty, guys. Thank you for joining us. I would appreciate if you'd hit the like and subscribe button. That helps this channel grow and makes me feel better about myself. So let's take a look, Andy, at what do you got to share with us? It was there and now it's gone.
I switched something else out.
Okay, there it is.
Just a couple pages of KOR-DRATH, pages 48, nice. 49.
Ooh.
So
I just finished 38 and 39, so I'm 10 pages behind you. It took me a whole week to finish my stupid double-page spread because I kept redrawing and fixing it. But
well, the page that's on my desk now, I was inking before this, and I'm going to be pulling out an old Joe Kubert trick. There's an area that I don't like the way it came out, and it's a lot to white out. So instead, I'm going to cut out the area and then put a piece of Bristol. So I saw Joe do this, and I was like, obviously way back in school. So for those watching, you put a piece of Bristol underneath the page. You cut out the area you don't like, and then with the Bristol underneath, the clean sheet, when you lift it up, that's going to be scored enough to where you finish the cut on that one, and it'll fit perfectly in the place of the one that you cut out.
That is old.
And then you just tape it from behind and then redraw whatever you have to fix.
I learned that in consumer products. Yeah, absolutely. Weren't we just talking about this, Kelsey?
Yeah, we were literally like right before the show. We were talking about this on the phone. I was like, I want to have the guts to just fix a thing like that instead of chickening out, or whatever, going to the computer. Nah, just.
Oh, I've already done that like 2 times in this job. I don't care. I mean, to me, it makes the original look cooler.
Exactly. And we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Were you on our?
I love doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Were you listening?
I want to alert everybody to let them know that the link to Andy's campaign, KOR-DRATH the Reckoning, is in the description of this video, along with David's, even though he didn't show us any art, Bass Reeves.
I changed my mind. I'm going to show you something.
Okay. All right.
Oh, look at Andy.
yeah.
Andy has already brought out the savages and it's all right. I can top that. I got something.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll find the links to my Wraith of God Blood Hunters campaign, as well as the Second Chance campaign to Wraith of God #1. So if you missed that, you got a chance to get it again with a brand new cover. So the links to all those campaigns are in the description of this video. Andy, this is looking great. How many pages is this
Looks
again?
fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you. It's 76, so I'm halfway through inking page 50 today. Wow. So 2/3 of the way there.
This is your best work to date, Andy.
Yeah, this is really cool.
I appreciate it.
Can't wait to see what you bring to the table today.
Do you mind, Andy, sharing how long it takes you to ink one of these pages?
A full page from pencils to inks takes about roughly a day and a half to do pencils and inks on a page.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
That's good. Yeah,
that long, huh?
Because I can so to narrow it down, I can basically, if everything's clicking properly, I can pencil, one of these pages in like 6 hours because I don't pencil it tight.
I was going to ask you,
for somebody else.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how tight are your pencils.
Yeah, I don't spend a great deal of time on pencils on Wraith of God either, because I do most of the work in the inking. So I spend more time.
Yeah, I mean, there's no lighting and stuff like that indicated in the pencils. I do all that in the inks. So and then most of the inks on these pages are, I'd say, I was doing more of a mix of pen and brush, but now I'm using a new brush so I can get a nice finer line. So the page on the right, well, actually both the pages are probably 85 to 90% brush.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Very nice, Andy. Thanks for sharing that.
Yes,
Let's
thank
see.
you.
Let's take a look at Kelsey's. Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
He colored it.
Yeah, I was messing around with it. I didn't want to do too much just because it's
That's cool.
I took a photo with my phone, so the line art is like terrible. But
Did you really?
yeah, I need a scanner. I don't have a scanner right now, but yeah, I was coloring it up really fast, and then it ended up looking like one of those DC Who's Who, and I was like, this actually looks cool.
That's awesome, man. I thought
that.
you were going for that look. I love those Who's Who.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think, and I showed it to a friend of mine. He's like, "Oh, you got to do the write up and everything," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, that sounds like fun."
Andy, what was the brand name of those cheap scanners we had at CrossGen, or that we used to get at home? They were like $200 or $300
wait.
time.
It was Mustec, but I mean, honestly,
Yeah,
you get an Epson. You get my Epson Workforce, which is a scanner, printer, everything. 11x17 was only like $180.
What?
Yeah,
It's good.
I use it. I've been using it. God, the thing's got to be at least 10 years old now.
No, hang on a
Scanners
second.
are
You got
a bit more
11x17 you can
expensive.
scan on that? You can scan 11x17 on that?
It's an Epson Workforce. Now, the models
that up right
numbers
now.
change a lot. So mine's a Epson Workforce 7510. I highly doubt you can find that exact one, but you'll find like Epson Workforce blah, blah, blah. But it's a full-size 11x17 scanner. It can print 12 inches wide and basically as deep as you want because, I mean, you can insert paper from the back if you have to, but it can do 12 inches wide by, 18 or whatever printing.
Wow.
And yeah, it scans full size.
Oh, man.
It's all in one.
Yeah,
It's like
Kelsey,
$180,
man. Go get a cheap scanner that works.
They have one. I'm looking at it now. They got a wireless portable sheet fed scanner for $149. I think that's like just like like a tube, and you feed the art through it. That's weird. I've never seen that before.
Somebody used to bring those. I can't remember. It might have been Brandon Peterson had something like that. He would bring to conventions so he could scan his.
Oh, he brought the bar scanner. Yeah, I had one of those for a while.
Yeah,
But the problem with the bar scanner is, even though, it has now the one I had was only 11 inches across, wide, and it has the wheels on both sides. But man, you got to be steady because any little, movement of it is going to mess it up. So you really, when you scan your piece, because you're dragging it over the piece, you got to have steady hands.
Sheldon Martin says, I think Best Buy knocks off $50 off a scanner purchase if you bring in an old printer for them to recycle.
Oh,
Really?
And
I took mine out into the woods and destroyed it office-based style.
you threw it at a skunk ape that was crossing his yard without permission.
It's my old printer's done for.
Lewis Bright Raven says, mine's a Workforce WF7620. Not sure what they cost now.
So
there you go.
Workforce is pretty good then. Sounds like.
Yeah, well, I've got I've got an Expression 12,000 XL Epson scanner, and it cost a freaking fortune. So
Yeah, you had that thing back at CrossGen, right?
Yeah, because I had one of those Mustech things, and something went wrong on it, and because we used to get those for like $200, and then I bought this Epson.
Aaron, if you're still using a 10-year-old scanner, then that's money well spent because those.
Well, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Cheaper brands do not last that long.
That's true. So there you go.
Share my. Hold on, I'm gonna share another screen real quick. There's a photo going around of me right now of where's my entire screen? I'm gonna share entire screen. Of me signing books of Norris.
Oh yeah.
And it just reminded me of
the first clear picture of Bigfoot I've seen.
So this is today, and then I found one from 1992. Big dreams of drawing Wildcats and Image Comics and Wizard covers and
Wow.
Look at that.
That's awesome.
Kelsey Shannon is a wee lad.
Yeah, so
I love it.
yeah, a little blast from the past there. I still look pretty much the same, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. I couldn't tell you apart.
You're trying to toughen
From the
up,
neck down.
trying to toughen up your keister with that hard wooden chair.
Yeah, right. Well, hey, I mean, all the old school artists did it. You know, Kirby had an old wooden chair, didn't he?
Yes.
That's right, man.
Did he? I thought he
He
had
did.
that just one of those really old school, well, modern for the time office chairs that was low padded, but guess not.
I don't know. No one really pays attention enough.
Well,
just say
Eisner never
something,
had a
hope it's
padded chair.
true.
No.
All right,
Well-
David. David is caving in. He's actually going to show us something. So let's take a look here.
So
All
you
right.
remember I was working on that. So
Right.
I finished it.
Oh yeah.
Here's the final.
Don't kill yourself bringing that thing out. Oh
I
my
know,
god.
You gotta pull a muscle.
Yeah.
Here's the
Damn.
final.
And that's just half of it, ladies and gentlemen. He still has to do the villains.
So good. Yeah, that's the other thing. He was talking. He's got to do with the villains. Have you started that yet?
Yes, I have.
You gonna tease
Is
that
each one of those sheets 11 by 17?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Freaking huge, man. It's like a super gatefold cover or something,
Man, the guy getting this is so lucky. This is like one of a kind.
No doubt.
This is a good one.
Look at that.
Until the villains one come out.
Hold on, I'm
Yeah,
trying to look for Waldo. I'm looking for Waldo Batman.
Is Gary's signature in there somewhere?
Yeah.
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 Gary was here.
Yeah.
Very nice. Now, do you spray that? Because you use pencil on there for the shadows, or you just
No.
keep it on natural?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you spray it, it'll leave like a gloss or something like that.
That's true.
No.
Okay. Multi Relevator says sickening skills. Mighty
Don't they
Magic-
make like a spray fixative that's matte so it won't leave a gloss, I thought, or no?
You can still see the residue though.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
oh,
And it
oh.
leaves a pebbling on there too. That's I wouldn't
Got it.
advise it.
Okay.
There you go.
Good
He's
to know.
advising against it. So, all right. Well, I've got a couple things to show. I just want to show that this was, of course, the piece last week that won. I mean, it wasn't a competition or anything, but
You're the only one that finished.
Man,
was
you
like, what?
understand that going into this is not a competition.
that's right, Andy. It's not a competition at all.
That's
Unless
fine.
people,
Unless
want
Aaron
to say
wins.
that mine's the best, then that's fine. We can do that. Of course, this is my Space Raiders IP that.
Now, did you do that during the whole show, or did you have
Yeah.
to finish that?
Yeah.
No, I
I
did
hate
it
you
during the
so
show.
much.
2 hours.
I hate it so much.
That was the big hit,
so-
man. I was looking at the comments. Definitely a crowd pleaser, that one.
Andy is dubious that you finished that on the show.
Speaking of crowd pleasers, I've been kind of working on this.
On video.
Ooh.
Wow, nice.
Maybe making a print out of this or something. I did this character killing a Yeti, and the only time it appeared was in a one of those Emerald City Con art books, you know, and several years ago. And I'm kind of revisiting her, and I don't know, maybe put a story behind it or something. But anyway, those were.
Oh, Aaron, you went outside the line, so you might want to start over again.
Yeah, I probably will have to because I messed that up. But David always, picks out the important.
Gotta do another painting, man. I like to see you.
Well, I'm gonna share the booty painting real quick.
Yeah.
Is that the official title of this piece?
Yeah.
And that's what it's become. Yeah, is the
booty lady.
The booty lady. So. Well, I got to dig that out. So let's get rolling here, and then I'll do that whilst we start drawing. Okay, so David, what are you drawing today from Lord of the Rings?
Whatever I want.
Yeah. Okay.
Which means he's drawing Superman or something, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Batman, killing Gandalf or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be Bat Gandalf.
Yeah.
Andy, what do you think you're going to do?
I am going to draw, as soon as you said Lord of the Rings, I thought of my brother from another mother, and that would be the Gollum.
No!
Oh.
I could have sworn you were going to go for like Ring Wraith or something, Dang it.
See, now you're just talking above my head. I don't even know who the hell that is.
Kelsey was
The last time I saw those movies is when they came out in the theater. So
Kelsey, what are you going to do then?
I'm going to draw Andy as Gollum. No,
Okay.
now I'm not so
too
sure.
hard.
You should do a ring wraith then, or something like that.
I may have to do that. Yeah.
Well, you better decide quick. I'm going to. I was going to do some orcs, unless Kelsey decides to go the orc route. And if he does, then I'm going to draw one of those tree guys, the Ents, or I guess they're called.
Oh,
right?
I love drawing trees. I'll do that one. You can stick with orcs.
I'll stay with the orcs, and Kelsey will be doing the Ents. Andy Smith will bring us Gollum, and David, of course, we don't know what he's doing and probably never will because he won't finish.
And of course, I will continue to mock everyone.
Of course. Gary does what Gary does. So
Beowulf says I should do Tom Bombadil. That's a great idea, actually.
God, I don't even know who that is.
I have no idea who that is.
I should do.
I'm not sure he showed up in the movies. I think he's in Hobbit.
I should do Sam Jackson as Radagast the Brown.
I kind of like to see that, actually.
Radagast, is that the guy that the birds were crapping all over and stuff? The crazy guy?
Yes, he say Gollum again. I double dare you, mother.
I double dare you.
Well, I'm getting some. Oh wait, Dan says I am Tom Bombadil.
Oh,
I'm getting some Saurons. I got 2 requests for Saurons. So
there's
that's 2
go.
over the one.
Like a bitch.
Sauron, before he becomes the Eye, at the very beginning when he kills everybody.
Oh, he looks. Yeah, he looks cool.
Yeah, he's got that armor on. He looks really kind of scary.
All right. If everybody's down for that, I'll do that one.
There you
I'll
go.
do Sauron. I'll do the big baddie.
I am going.
I wanted to mention when you were showing your shank, the colored one with the look like a who's who with the color hold in the background.
Yeah.
I inked some of those when DC was doing those books.
Oh yeah.
And in those days, to do that color hold, you had to
overlay
ink it on a separate piece of vellum, like a tracing paper overlay. So you had to
do it another color too, right?
That was for the color, yeah. You had to ink the pencils on the Bristol board paper, and then whatever was going to be color, you had to ink that on a vellum overlay.
I don't understand. How did
that was tricky. It was very tricky because you had to line it up and make sure it didn't.
Yeah, because the penciler would send you one piece, so you basically had to put the vellum. Yeah.
You had to put the vellum over it, and ink it separately. And if there's more than one color, then the inker or the artist, pencil artist who was also inking it, was doing more than one layer. Jerry Ordway did a bunch of them, and his overlays were really complicated, where he was using zipatone and all kinds of stuff on the overlay. So you get a chance to look at those. Look at Ordway's piece.
Oh, I've got the whole original set on my bookshelf.
Yeah, that's
the comics, not the new thing they put out.
If you know how that process was done, and you see some of those, they're very, very labor intensive.
I've seen some people do it right on the board too. Is that like a different technique, or is that where they'll do it ink it in a different color?
They couldn't do that on the board because they would send it to the printer. The printer needed an overlay, so they could tell what was going to be printed in black and what was going to be printed in color. If they were going to do a red line, like a color hole, they could do that on the board. And they would just use like a red pen or marker to indicate that. Like if you're doing, let's say, a sun, you didn't want a holding line on the outside of the sun, then you could do a red line around it. But a solid color, a figure or something like that had to be done on an overlay. And sometimes if you're doing an overlay and you get the original art back, the overlay would be missing.
Did you guys like getting those and kind of like look at it as easy money, or
no? Because of the overlay business. If it was just the Who's Who piece, it would have been easy money because it's usually just like one or two figures and simple backgrounds. But because of the overlay business, it made it complicated.
So which ones did you ink? Do you remember?
I did all the Blue Devil ones and spotted artists. I got to ink Kirby. That was my one and only.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Chance.
What character?
It was Forever People character.
Oh, awesome.
The kid with the cowboy hat. I can't remember his name. Seraphian, I think his name was. That's the one and only professional Kirby gig I got.
Speaking of booty drawings, there it is.
Nice.
Called it's Frazetta Booty, and it was I did a live stream. I painted this, or at least the girl I did. I finished the dinosaur later, but Survive Infinity 0088 says, Aaron, loving you having guest stars on the Graybeards. We try to do that once a month. We'll see who we can get next time.
Now, real quick.
Yeah.
The issue I have with you calling that Frazetta Booty is you drew a loincloth on her. Frazetta wouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And you would have given her a tan line.
That's right. That's true. Well, okay. Well, it's a more conservative approach to the Frazetta Booty. Slightly.
Okay.
That's all. Just slightly.
The family version.
Yeah,
the Disney Frazetta Booty.
Dan
right.
Wallace says she's hoot.
Hoot.
She's hoot.
Well, I put this up on Instagram. My daughter liked it and put some, smart aleck comment on there. And then one of her friends goes, "Did you see what your dad posted?" So, I got to be careful. The younger generation doesn't understand the Frazetta vibe.
How do you?
God, there you go, triggering young college students.
I know. So anyway, all right. I got someone saying, "Aaron, draw Erwin." Erwin, is that the elf chick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, too predictable, man. I'm going. Well, I guess maybe throwing an orc is more predictable for me. I don't know.
Well, the problem with the chicks, because I was thinking about her too. They all wear so much clothes. I was like, maybe bikini Erwin.
All we're doing is drawing drapes, man. I want to get
right. What fun is that?
Booty in there.
Well, you could do the Andy version, the Andy verse.
That's true.
Of Lord of the Rings.
Then she'd just be naked. It's like, who's that? It's like, it's Erwin getting out of the shower. Duh.
Yeah, duh. No, she's the one that calls the like horses coming down the river, right? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Which one's that?
What's his face?
Liv Tyler's character.
Yeah, that's who it was. But she was in love with what's his face? You know,
Aragorn.
Yeah, Aragorn. See, they all sound the same to me. Aragorn, Aragon.
Yeah, let's talk
That's
about this because I was really expecting it to. I expected Dark Crystal to like win. I don't know why, but I was really kind of hoping for some Dark Crystal. I know some other people were as well. This seems a little easy. I don't know.
Little
Everybody loves
rigged.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what. Next week's a losers bracket, so we're gonna do.
I mean, I get to choose.
We'll do
The Huskers?
Sailor Moon. Oh, come on now.
Yeah.
Ow.
Sailor Moon, yeah.
Oh, you said
Moon,
losers
You
bracket.
need Nebraska sports team.
Hang on a second. Sailor Moon, Dark Crystal, and Monsters.
Yeah.
Get there and see what comes out.
Well, you know which one I want.
Hey, I love Dark Crystal. Shelley, oh my gosh, she hates that.
Oh,
movie.
Sailor Moon.
So
Oh.
gross.
It's
Did you watch?
gross?
Netflix? Did you watch? Yeah, just the characters, like the Skeksis and stuff, are just.
Yeah. It's cool.
Did you happen to see the Netflix series they did?
No,
No.
I didn't watch that. Was that good?
Oh, you did. Oh, it was even more disgusting than.
Really?
Wait, is this
Oh.
new?
Well, it was like
Yeah.
was it last year or the year before. It was.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't remember.
You know, they had like I don't know, 6 or 8 episodes of it or something. I don't think it ever got renewed, but they had this one shot of a Skeksy. He was like peeing in the corner in this cave, and he had like 3 streams going, and you're just like, what?
Gross. That's directed by a French guy, right? So they like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Potty
right.
humor.
Who was that guy that directed that?
Peter Jackson, right? Oh, no, wait, Dark Crystal, sorry.
Yeah, it was. It's the guy that did. I want to say it was the guy that did hot tension or high tension, as it's said here in America. But I could be wrong. What else did that guy do? He did Mirrors. Is that the same guy that did Mirrors?
I don't know. I can't. I
Pretty
sort of. It was Jean-Luc something, wasn't it? Was it Jean-Luc Picard or no? I've heard the name before, but I wasn't really familiar with his previous work.
Let me see. If it's the same guy I'm thinking of, I've been watching him for a minute. I liked a lot of his movies. Let me see if it's the same guy.
Well, take a few minutes, Kelsey, and look it up for us.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Since I'm way ahead in my penciling, I might as well.
Yeah, the rest of us can get caught up with
Alexander Aja, and I don't know if it's the same guy that did. He did He did that Hills Have Eyes remake. That was talk about gross, man. That was intense.
Well, the first one was pretty gross. I can't imagine what they would have done with the second one.
Okay, it doesn't look like it's the same guy, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But that's a good one. Go watch that guy's stuff.
Yeah. No, I kind of liked it. It was fun. I thought the puppetry and stuff was kind of fun to go back and revisit
All
that
right.
stuff.
Well, who the heck did that then? Now I'm curious because it is somebody. Dark Crystal remake.
Well, someone did it. I agree with you.
Somebody must have done it. I've seen it.
I just can't think of who it was. Somebody did it.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, it's hard to top that first one, so I didn't even try, honestly. But I mean, that first one's one of my faves. Jim Henson just nailed it.
Characters are so great. It's like when you got something. It's like Jurassic Park. It's like the dinosaurs are so cool. It doesn't really matter if the movie's any good, right? It's like you just want to watch the dinosaurs. And it was like those puppet characters in that in the Dark Crystal movie were just so great and so imaginative that just sort of like I don't care if it was any good or not.
Okay, I nailed it down. It's Louis Leterrier who did The Transporter, which was awesome.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And then he made a bunch of trash ever since. The Incredible Hulk, the remake of it. Clash of Titans, I didn't like that. Now You See Me, that wasn't bad. The one with the magicians. Fast X.
Oh, Fast X comes out this year.
Oh, okay, yeah, he's still out there. Man, I don't know.
Speaking of, I just watched Fast 9 over the weekend, and what a piece of garbage.
I got a soft spot for all that garbage, though.
I do too, but man, Fast 9 just took it to another level when the Fiero with the rocket stuff went into space. I'm like, oh, come on.
Wait a minute.
I didn't see that.
Are you guys talking about? You talking about Fast and the Furious?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I didn't see. I got like the box set that probably went up to like 6 or 7. I don't even know, but I didn't know they were still going.
Oh, dude, number 10 comes out this summer.
That's crazy.
Hold on a second. David, are you inking already?
Yep.
What was he doing again?
Looks like he's doing Golem. He's giving us the finger with Golem.
You can't do Golem. Oh, I know what he's doing. Never mind. I know what he's up to.
All right.
You'll never guess. But it's very David.
I'm just doing a multi-character thing. Don't mind me.
Oh, that's not surprising.
Oh,
Got to,
that's not a burn. I don't know why I thought that was a burn. You got to
You
work
got
on your
to-
burns, Andy.
You got 150
Oh, no,
people
it wasn't
watching
meant to
right
be.
now. You got to bring the action, man.
Multiple. I'm chinsing out this round. I'm doing a nice silhouette of a with a big
I'm done.
fire eye behind him. Oh, shut up! What do you mean you're done?
Okay,
He's
well,
going the John Malin route where he just
Yeah, so
whips out the
that's-
Sharpies.
There you go.
Oh, come on!
The one ring that's
What a weak effort, man. It's like getting worse and worse every week for David. I'm gonna take time out or something, man.
Did you read it? The one ring that screwed us all. Blackmailing.
Now, see, I was going to do something where he's lifting up his little loincloth and he's doing something with the ring, but it's Aaron
hello.
String.
Oh, no.
You're in next level.
Hang on a second here. Mr. Joker 1128 sending $9.99 my way. Thank you so much for that. He said on Art Adams' site there's a concept art for something called Earth Watches. Iron Angel, Giant Test, Mercury, American Citizen. You guys know what this is? Would love to see you draw these characters.
No idea.
Is that something
haven't
creator
seen it.
owned he's working on? That'd be
Must
sweet.
be. Concept art for Earth's Watch. Well, that'd be great to see him do other than just covers and commissions. Like nice to see him like do some interiors or something. That'd be great. I'd buy it. I'd buy that baby.
I'll buy anything that guy does, man. He's still amazing.
Yep.
He's one of the, sometimes you can kind of lose it. No offense, Andy, but
No, I hear you.
but he just keeps rolling, man. He keeps rolling with it. It's funny watching him. You wonder why it takes so long because I've seen him do sketches on, and it's like just as good as anything he does. All that cross hatching and stuff, and it looks like he does it so fast. Like, what's the matter?
I just to your point, you see guys that have success really, really early or when they're young, and you don't necessarily see them continue to do brilliant work their whole career, but he certainly has. Well, I give him credit, man. That when you get to the top of the mountain, it's got to be hard to stay motivated. But maybe that's why he does so many commissions and stuff, is because he's doing stuff he wants to do, and that keeps him, engaged, shall we say.
You got a super chat, Aaron.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I'm on top of the mountain, though.
Okay, yeah, let me know what it's like up there.
Okay.
Phil Diaz sending me $5. Thanks, Phil. Hail all you beardos. Hope your week's going well. After you back the beardos, is that like going to be our
I like that.
nickname, beardos? Oh man, you better coin a phrase right here. After you back all these guys' books, go ahead and check out Lost Pages 3.
There you
80
go.
pages of awing art, and that is on. Someone posted. Did I make you a mod, Phil, that you could post the link? Because I think you're blacklisted, or not blacklisted, but shadow banned. I think, I can't remember, maybe not. But Lost Pages 3 on Indiegogo, so you want to check that out. I had Phil on my show a couple weeks ago promoting that. He's got a great Simon Bisley cover on there as well. So yeah, anybody that's a mod in here, post the link if you would.
Yeah, man, some killer looking stuff.
Phil wants a wrench.
Yeah, give him a
He
wrench.
doesn't have one.
Yeah, stop
Okay.
what you're doing and go give him a wrench.
Yeah, I'm going to. Even though I'm doing multiple character, I'll just take a break here.
It's your responsibility, pal. It's your channel.
That's right. Oh, no, you're
Yeah,
right.
jeez.
Hey, if you want to drop the ball, man, I get it. That's all. You're probably used to it, so I get it. Yeah.
I want to drop the ball. Okay. All right. Where is he? Okay. Let's see. What's the difference between a managing moderator and a standard moderator?
It's a good question. That's something I think they just added.
Yeah.
Did you also notice on StreamYard you can customize your layouts now?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Zayd Comics is now a moderator. There you go. There you go, Phil. Put it in the link, or put the link in the chat. Okay, what did you say, Andy? You can do what?
In StreamYard, you can customize the layout of the screens. Do you?
Oh, really?
Well, what StreamYard level do you have?
Like $50 a month.
Yeah, so there should be a thing on the lower right-hand side of the actual screen, where it shows like layouts and there's a plus button and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, new layout.
Yeah.
So am I going to screw anything up if I click on that plus button?
I don't think so, because I haven't tried it yet. I just got the email about it, and then I went and kind of looked at it real quick off of, when I wasn't live or anything.
This is a dynamic camera grid automatically adjusts to the number of people on stage, making your layouts fully adaptive. Try the participant preview or toolbar option to see how it adapts to any number of participants. Interesting. I'm afraid I'm going to muck something up, but okay, so what do you do then? I'm not sure I get it. I've got like this little box appears. You guys see this?
No.
Okay.
It's only on your end.
Okay.
There's probably like a booklet of instructions you can read. Try that. See if probably got some. Yeah.
I'll play with it when we're not live. So I don't screw anything up. It would be bad. So. All right. Well, I better start doing some penciling here. I'm kind of blue line.
You're not even penciling?
Well, I've been blue penciling it, but I want to get a little bit more.
What have you been doing? Messing with the computer or something?
Bringing up 3D drawings and things like that. Making people moderators. Did you guys like the creature designs in Lord of the Rings? For the most part, I didn't.
Really?
I thought they were too random. Like they weren't. It was just like, make these creatures as ugly as possible. Just like throwing clay on someone's face until it just got really gross. And it was like, I really felt like they needed to be more, I don't know, iconic looking, more memorable. They just seemed like random ugliness, where I think they had more of a unified design behind them and a look to them that would have resonated a little bit better with me.
Well, a lot of that came from that Richard Howell, is that his name? Who am I thinking of? Alan so-and-so, the artist that did a lot of the Tolkien stuff.
Yeah, it was Alan. He's some British dude. What's his name? Alan.
I keep thinking Alan Grant, but that's the Jurassic Park guy.
Yeah, that's. I don't think that's the guy.
Yeah, I don't know. When I saw it, I mean, it definitely could be improved. I mean, already our visual language is so much more advanced than it was when those movies came out, and that wasn't even that long ago. But to me, it felt like what you think it would look like. Like if you're just your average Joe. Like, I never read the books, But if you were to tell me an orc and then show me a picture of what they did in the movies, I would have been like, oh yeah.
Was it Alan Lee? Is that the guy's name?
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Alan Lee and
Alvin
John
Lee.
Howe.
Yeah, there you go. The Gordox pub says Alan Lee and John Howe.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I grew up. I was a Hildebrand guy, so my early Tolkien references are mostly from those guys. So I didn't know them very well, or it seemed like light and frilly, and Hildebrandt's was like heavy and hard, just like. Mm-hmm. They did that Shelob painting that scared the crap out of me, and then that one album cover for. God, who was it? It had all these guys in like hoods, and they had like blood all over them that looked like they were torturing people. What band was that?
What kind of music were you listening to? Yeah?
Sheldon Martin in the chat is questioning your time reference. It says, wasn't that long ago? It was 20 years ago, Kelsey.
Wait a minute. The Lord of the Rings movies were 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Weren't they like right around 2000?
I don't know. When you hit a certain age, 10 years seems like yesterday. 20
Dude,
years.
Doesn't it? Like, I'll
really
be honest,
does.
my daughter's turning 20 in May. And I'm just like, wasn't she just born like, a couple years ago?
I know Samantha's 21, man. It's like, what the heck? She was just this.
Oh my God, she's going to be a boozer. Is she a boozer?
We're getting some Tolkien aficionados or snobs, however you want to
A little bit of column A, a little
Bernardo
column
says,
B.
how can you talk about Tolkien if you haven't read the book?
Very easy.
Who says I'm talking about him?
Yeah.
Nice guy.
How about the movie? It's a different thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm a movie guy, and I don't know.
If
To
you're
me,
talking about Tolkien, you're gonna stir the pot.
Well,
yeah, right.
I don't read anything that doesn't have pictures in it, except for black. I'm going to accept that I have to read that without pictures, but anything else, forget it. So I got to get the illustrated version of Lord of the Rings, and then I'll read it.
Nobody has the answer for what I was talking about. That album cover that they did, not Guar.
I have no idea.
Is that a band or something? Guar?
Yeah, Guar.
Oh my God, you've never heard of Guar?
No.
Do you come out of your rock at any point?
No. I don't leave my house.
I don't know what a guar is.
Hey, you should look it up. It's pretty funny.
That sounds like something you would order to drink at a Star Wars bar.
Big glass of Guar.
Rocks.
Yeah.
Aaron, what did you listen to in high school?
What I listened to? I listened to pretty much classic 70s rock. So, Aerosmith.
What did you listen to in the 80s?
Well, that's who I'm talking about.
80s?
He was listening to R. Kelly.
No, not Molly Hatchet.
No, I was.
Electric Wizard.
No, I kind of got into that sort of second British invasion in the 80s for a while, and then
It was Ozzy's old band, or Dio, not Ozzy. It was Dio. It was back in the Dio days. Who am I thinking of? Dio.
Ronnie
I know
James.
Dio, I know Dokken, but that's two different things.
No, he was the lead singer of, and then.
Not Judas Priest.
Oh my God, you guys! You're as bad as I am.
Aaron Boyd in the chat is saying that Aaron was digging on Barry Manilow and Neil Diamond.
Okay, now I like Barry Manilow,
I know, I have my
so that's
Barry
not even a
Manilow.
burn.
Black Sabbath. Thank you, Joe Bernardo.
Oh, Black Sabbath, okay.
Creative Day, also with the Black Sabbath. Yes. Ronnie James Dio and Ozzy. Yeah, they sung for Dixie Chicks or whoever you guys were talking about. You guys don't know music.
What? What are you even talking about?
What did you
What
say?
the Dixie Chicks?
You were like Ronnie James Dio. He sung for who? I already forgot what you said.
I never said Ronnie James Dio sang for the Dixie Chicks. Are you kidding me? I know who Ronnie James Dio is. I never listened to his music, but I know who he is.
I don't know. Chad beat you to it then.
I don't even know what's going on right now. Completely confused about what is even being discussed at this point.
Chat
That's a
GPT.
strategy, Aaron, is to confuse you while you're drawing.
That's right. So I have to screw up. So I screw up and have to erase. That's what.
Why
David
can't you
learned.
follow the conversation, Aaron? Jeez.
Jeez.
We were talking. You were talking about what's his face, Hildebrandt Brothers doing the album cover for some band named what was it called?
You know, Ronnie James Dio, the lead singer of Bruce Springsteen.
Hey. Just because I didn't know. Oh, wait a minute. So you're saying that Ronnie James Dio became a band called Arduous, or what was the name of it again?
He sung the
Black Sabbath.
Arduous.
Aaron, you know this guy. He sung the theme song on Star Trek.
What the heck is going on, man?
Dan Lawless says Aaron's a Julio Iglesias and Lionel Richie fan. Yeah.
Oh, I was actually thinking Alvin Lee. 10 years after when you said
see, now it's happening to you.
Now, what was the guy's name that we just said? The guy that was the designer on Lord of the Rings was not Alvin Lee.
Ronnie James Dio. John Howe and Alvin Lee, right? Or Alan Lee. Alan Lee.
Alan Lee, right? Alvin Lee was the rocker. Alan Lee.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Right.
Yeah.
You guys are trying to kill me over here.
Alvin Lee in 10 years after had probably one of the best performances at Woodstock of any of the performances.
Is that back when you were there? When was this?
I remember when the movie came out. Remember they did that?
Oh, okay.
I remember seeing that in the 70s when I was little, and it was a pretty interesting trip, man. You know what I mean?
I was in junior high during Woodstock. Seventh.
Really? Was that even a thing that you guys talked about, or was it just like it became a thing later? Historically, in retrospect.
No, it was a big deal. I couldn't believe it. Everyone would drive to some remote location. What was upstate New York? Is that where it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the traffic jam and the garbage. The Earth First people are the worst litterers on the planet.
Exactly. All the hippies just destroying the planet. Oh.
And that's when we were all expecting the future to be like the Jetsons. Or did we get ripped off?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Well, it's so dangerous to drive with half the drivers out there. Can you imagine having cars zipping around in the air, and there's with no no discernible.
Well, we're gonna have that now with the drone technology. You don't really drive, so you just ride in the flying car. There's whole firms now that are being made that'll be like flying taxis, basically, and that's coming real soon, man. We're going to have taxis flying over our houses.
Yeah, back then, the big worries were overpopulation and global cooling.
Yeah, now it's, then it became global warming, and now it's just climate change. Doesn't matter which direction it goes.
That's right.
Now,
no matter what, you're a racist.
Diapers outsell children's diapers, so the overpopulation thing was exaggerated.
Now it's whatever you're not for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm for. Whatever you're against.
And you got to say it in that voice too.
Yeah. Well, I'm all in favor of the environment. Well, I hate the environment.
Yep.
Environment's racist.
I loathe the environment.
Oh, you're right. Screw the environment. Yeah, the environment is to be saved. Cherish it.
There was this Mad magazine. I can't remember who drew it, but there was this little I don't know. It was a 4-panel gag, and Mad Magazine where it might have been it might have been Cracked because it might have been Severed now that I think about it. But there was this hippie going. It was about trash and garbage and lack of recycling and all this kind of stuff. And they had this big picture of the Earth, and I had the guys like, all you dudes, man, you don't get it. You're all square. And then it showed like a panel of the Earth round. When then the next panel had like heaps of garbage like protruding off of it, and it just kept, so those corners, and then eventually the Earth became a square covered, of garbage. And he's like, dude, you really are square, man. Like that.
Jeff Potts in the chat says Tom Jones saw Aaron's forearms and immediately came up with the idea for the song "What's Up, Pussycat."
Wait a minute, who said that?
Here comes a cannonball.
Wait a minute, who was that?
Jeff
Man.
Jeff Potts. Jeff, where are you? Oh, there it is. Hey, Jeff. Thanks
So
for
long,
joining the
sucker.
show.
Oh.
I hope you enjoy yourself. There you go. Dio sang for Sabbath on 2 albums, says Kid Mustang.
How many did Ozzy sing on?
Well, did Ozzy replace him?
Now I don't know. Ozzy probably came first. Now that I think about it, I don't know. I'm a little loose.
I don't think he did.
No,
I think it was
so
Black
after
Sabbath before Ozzy Osbourne was on there. I may be wrong, but
or is there someone else even that we're not even thinking about?
That's right. You guys in the
Third.
chat, you guys know. Tell us. Who was the original lead singer in Black Sabbath?
There's a lot of music. Actually, most music I could probably sing along to, and I couldn't tell you who did it. Who wrote the song?
Oh, so you're giving me crap, and you can't even.
I couldn't even figure out Black Sabbath.
Well, I
Black
never
Sabbath.
listened to them. I couldn't.
That's classic.
I never brought a Black Sabbath album home to. My mom freaked out when I brought a Kiss Alive home.
Well, I hope my parents would freak out. They're terrible.
I heard the
Oh,
original.
damn.
Freaking hate Kiss, man.
Oh, come on. Kiss
What a
is the
joke.
ultimate garbage band. Are you kidding me?
A great way to put it.
They are. They're
Garbage.
Here we go.
Oh,
Hang in there, David.
Man, I had all that stuff on vinyl
did I.
growing up.
Hey, dude, I went and saw Kiss live, okay? So I went to a concert. I'm just saying that I admit that their music is garbage rock, but I love it for its, it's,
Andy's a big fan. You got any photos of you all painted up like Kiss, Andy?
No, I never did that.
No. Oh, okay.
Come on. I liked them, but,
not that.
What'd you like about him? What's your favorite Kiss song? I couldn't even name a Kiss song, to be honest with you.
I like Hotter Than Hell.
Hot.
I'm real bad when it comes to naming songs. I'm bad with names and period in general. Like, I don't do words and stuff until if the song's playing, then it'll just come right back to me. But
Birds. He grunts and moans and that kind of thing.
true.
No, my favorite Kiss song is probably Hard Luck Woman.
Can you sing some bars from it? I don't...
Let's see. I got to do my Peter Criss voice, though. It's
Aaron has an amazing singing voice. He never shows it off.
Until you find your man. There you go. That's exactly.
Never heard it.
Okay. Never heard it sung so well.
Yeah. No, I know. I was genuinely confused by that as a kid. I thought it was a joke, like
Well, it was.
turn it to 11. What's those guys? Turn it up to 11.
See, you're just making stuff up, man. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, man, that movie.
Okay, now it's a movie.
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, I was kidding. See, I don't
No,
remember anything.
that was it.
As soon as you said movie, I'm like, he's got to be talking about Spinal Tap.
Yeah, the movie where they're like, turn it up to 11. They're talking about the volume. I don't remember that movie very well.
No, I liked Spinal Tap. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I thought that they were. I guess they were probably making fun of Kiss, maybe.
Yes. But back then, you probably didn't realize it.
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't listen to Kiss. I love Spinal Tap.
Well, hey, the thing about Kiss, though, man, they're laughing all the way to the bank. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, they're definitely smart. I mean, they have a Kiss coffin, for crying out loud. Yeah. I mean, how many guys bought that to store their beer in? That'd be great.
They used to have like the Kiss Army. It was like the fan club you could join, and you get like I don't know how much it was. Like I never would have been bold enough to attempt to join that. But
I was more of a fan of Gene Simmons in movies because he showed up in like Runaway and
Runaway with Tom Selleck.
Yeah, and he's also in this other movie that I swear is like the best unknown Punisher movie with Rutger Hauer. I think it was like To Live or Die or something. I don't know. That's another one.
I know.
I did a Punisher video and I talked about it. The best Punisher movie you've never seen.
Huh.
That was Rutger Hauer. Pardon me, not Rutger Hauer. I was thinking of who's the guy that fought Rocky in Rocky 4?
Drago. What's the name?
Talking about
the actor.
Dolph Lundgren. Yeah.
Didn't he do a Punisher movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. He did the first one. Wasn't he the Punisher in the first Punisher movie?
Yeah. I thought it was okay back then. It wasn't bad.
And then Thomas Jane with John Travolta did one.
That one makes me laugh. I actually really like that for probably all the wrong reasons. It's hilarious.
Thomas Jane showed up at Emerald City Comic Con one time. He came by my table, and I can't remember what the circumstances exactly were, but he was giving me crap about something. And
that's kind of how all your Comic-Con stories start.
Yeah, I know.
He came up to my table. He was giving me crap.
Yeah, I mean, I was totally innocent. I don't remember what he's. And then I started giving him crap back, and he's like, "Do you know who I am?" And I go, "Heck yeah, I know who you are. You're the Punisher." And so we had a laugh about that, and then then he moved on. It was about the time he was doing that thing with Tim Bradstreet. They were like publishing their own comics or something. You guys remember?
Oh
that?
Yeah.
I know exactly who you are, and I still don't give off.
Flying F.
He's like, I'm making comics, man. Now, man, I know what I'm talking about. You should listen to me.
Yeah, I don't know why
wrong.
I targeted, but there it was. But I gave it back because I always do.
You probably
How to Win Friends and Influence People by Aaron Lopresti.
Yeah.
I'm a much kinder, gentler person now in my old age than I was younger. I didn't take crap from people back in the day. Now I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
What Aaron doesn't recall is that
Here we go.
Here it comes.
he used to initiate the crap giving, but the way he's telling the story.
No, why? I wouldn't know. It's not. I would never.
He's like, I didn't do anything. I was just sitting there minding my own business.
I never start anything, but I always finish it. And so if you come after me, then you're going to get it back. But I never started it.
And I was like, where do you get those shoes, dork? Pay less? And he was, I don't know why he was so mad.
Aaron stands up behind the table and just starts yelling, "Come at me, bro! Come at me!
Come on, Punisher. Let's get your mate up.
You're the Punisher in a movie."
Haircut, dork. Yeah.
He went older. He said, "No, did you get him at Kenny Shoes?" You're like,
"Oh, what?" Gosh, I remember those Kenny Shoes.
See?
Well, I'll tell you one time I was at WonderCon, and Radar O'Reilly, who was that actor's name that played in MASH?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
But he had a booth set up at WonderCon. He was selling watercolors of ducks and stuff that he was painting. Don't know why he was at a Comic-Con doing that. But he apparently came by my booth when I wasn't there, and I guess Shelley talked to him. But he was a friendly sir.
Dan's Den says Gary Berghoff.
Yes.
There it is. Gary Berghoff.
That's the guy.
Aaron, how do you remember what convention you were attending when you are telling us these anecdotes? To me, that they all just blend together. It was at a convention. That's all I can remember. You remember the specific convention that you had a conversation with someone?
For some reason, the environment sticks with me, and I remember the table and right where the table was set at, and that's how it kind of stays in my mind. So I can always remember. Oh yeah, I was at this con in Indianapolis, and I remember the table I was sitting at, and I don't know. It's just the environment sticks with me because they're different in the sense of where my table is set up and the view that I had from my table, right? And so that always sticks with me, like MegaCon or something like that was a different environment than in Emerald City. So I don't know. It just sticks with me.
I try to block it out. Maybe that's my problem.
It could be. It could be it. Well, did you do much traveling though, Gary, or did you just do the Portland shows mostly?
San Diego's probably the furthest I traveled, and I hated that. That's one of the reasons why I stopped going there. But I never went across the country like you. You like hopped on.
It's true, but I used to like traveling. I don't
passing freight trains and would go to any convention.
I did, man. Well, that used to be the way to, get seen and get noticed, and now it's like it's the internet.
Just schlepping all your stuff across the country. That's yeesh.
Dude, I have memories of going to San Diego and being stuck in the Horton Plaza Hotel or the one at the Grant Hotel, which is like across that main thoroughfare, and just carrying like 100 pounds worth of setup material, just dragging it through the streets for 8 or 10 blocks and just pouring sweat by the time we got there.
Kevin Thomas is asking me to tell more stories about how Aaron bullied people.
I was just defending myself. That's all. People obviously were jealous of my talent, and then they would attack me, and then I would defend myself. At least that sounds like a good story.
You have several stories of how you bullied Wrightson.
I was going to say, all the stories of why other artists that are famous that don't like them now make sense.
Yeah, it's all coming together now.
The pieces of the puzzle coming together.
You can't. Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things, right, where people keep saying, I don't know, everybody hates me. Everywhere I go, people hate me. And you're like, well, it's probably you if it keeps happening over and over again, right? It's like you can't deny the reality that there was a certain person. Did we lose Andy?
No, I'm here.
We
lost Kelsey.
Oh, Kelsey dropped. There was a certain person, I won't say the name, that was in our studio back in the day, and his girlfriend kept getting in car accidents.
Damn.
And he keeps saying it wasn't my fault. It wasn't her fault. It wasn't her fault. And I'm like, dude, if she keeps getting in car accidents all the time, she has to be doing something consistently that's bringing it on. Because he was complaining that their insurance was getting raised because she kept getting in all these car accidents that none of them were her fault.
You mean the person you didn't want to name was Matt Haley?
Dang.
Damn, right under the bus.
Right under the bus.
I'm not saying anything.
I'd be very surprised if Matt or I can't remember her name, the girlfriend is watching.
Well, yeah, but stuff gets around. Say, Aaron's talking about you on his live stream. Aaron is talking about you on your live stream. Now, I run into Matt occasionally at still doing shows and stuff.
Yeah, last time I saw him, we were flying to some show, and he was flying first class.
Follow.
And you know how when you're in coach and you're passing through first class people are trying not to make eye contact.
Yes.
So he was doing that, not trying to make. He was averting his eyes. I was like, "What are you doing?" Oh, it's my miles. Sure, Matt.
I want to travel first class, man.
Have you never flown first class, Aaron?
I did it one time. We were coming back from San Diego, Josh and I were, and we could upgrade for because every once in a while I used to ask him what the upgrade was for first class. And it was like, it was like $100 a piece. And I went, you know what? I was coming back from San Diego, so I had some money.
Aaron's flush.
And so I said, okay, yeah, let's do it. And it's kind of dumb to do first class on a 2-hour flight, right? Because, you're there before you can really enjoy the benefits of people coming in.
Well, that's why the upgrade's so cheap, is because they're like, oh, it's only a 2-hour flight. Might as well soak some money out of these people that are like, yeah, I'll do that. Because that's the only way I've done it, too, is when it's been a real short flight.
Sheldon Martin in the chat is saying, bullying is wrong, Aaron. Even your precious Kenny G knows that.
Oh my gosh. Are you calling Kelsey? Someone's calling somebody.
I think David's calling Kelsey.
Probably had like a Bigfoot or something eat through his cable wire.
Or he just got tired of your bullying.
I'm an innocent victim, man. I sit here. I'm just trying to draw.
You're just sitting there minding your own business.
I'm just trying to draw orcs and little hobbits and
Fastmaster Dan says that he likes the $4 waters. Speaking of that, I went to a Blazer game a couple nights ago.
Oh, did you?
And at the concession, a bag of popcorn, a pretzel, and a little bottle of pop, $42.
Ooh.
$2 plus your ticket price.
So that popcorn had to have been like $18 for that a bag of popcorn. And I told the guy, this better be the best damn popcorn I've ever had.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, and he didn't even crack a smile. I'm sure he's hearing that all the time. And it wasn't that great. It was, it was popcorn.
Well, if you spend that much money, you might as well get like candy or something. So at least you know what you're getting. You're getting a Snickers bar. You know what it's going to taste like. I
was with my grandson, and that's what he wanted, popcorn.
$18?
You want popcorn? You get a steak for that.
That's right.
I know, you should have looked at the guy with a look of amazement and said, man, you're amazing. He would have been like, why do you say that? You'd be like, because you just gave me a reach around and I didn't even have to drop my pants. Damn, that's a lot of money for popcorn.
Wow, you put a lot of thought into that. I wasn't that.
Hey, Kelsey's computer kicked him out and he's trying to log back in. He just called.
Oh.
Which means he's like pulling out some already finished art.
Yeah, exactly.
Once he gets it figured out, he'll be back in.
Yep.
He's like, haha, I knew they were going to do Lord of the Rings eventually.
Okay, I'm getting crap from the chat. Joe Bernardo says, that's the problem, Gary. You went to an India game to watch them flop. That's true. The Blazers flopped.
Should have went to a WNBA game.
Gary wanted to know where the popcorn light source was coming from.
Well, that's the thing, man. The Blazers are tanking right now for lottery.
They scored, for you basketball aficionados out there, the Blazers scored 37 points in the first quarter.
What game was this?
37 against Oklahoma.
And
they lost the game.
Damn.
You got to try, but yeah, that's the kind of the thing. I don't want to get on sports talk, but it's just, you see these teams like start tanking and it's like, people pay good money to get these tickets and they want to see, the stars play. And then when you sit them so you can tank, it's kind of like.
Yeah, well, Lillard was wasn't playing. He was in the cities.
Aaron, check to see if he's calling me again. Hold on.
All right, I got him. The return of Kelsey.
Yeah, dang, man. I'm like calling emergency help. I'm like, who else number I got? Gary's in here. I don't know what happened, man. I got the internet just collapsed on me.
When you start talking trash about Black Sabbath, man, the evil.
I wasn't talking trash about Black Sabbath. I was talking trash about Kiss.
Oh, okay, well,
Black Sabbath rules.
you know,
Man.
Gene Simmons is the king of the nighttime world, you know, so you got to be careful.
That's right.
Did you like the Kiss when they didn't wear makeup?
When they did,
Ugh, no,
no.
it's not Kiss.
Their music, look at their music isn't that good to begin with, and then you take away the novelty, then it's like, well, what am I? You know, why am I even watching this? They're listening to it, so.
Didn't they do God gave rock and roll to you? Give rock and roll. Did they do it did they do that song when they weren't wearing makeup?
How'd that song go again, David?
I'm never singing it again.
It's a good thing it's recorded.
We went and saw.
Yeah, they
them.
might have done that when they didn't have makeup on. Now
That
that
was
I'm
pretty
thinking of
good.
it.
We went and saw them in '96 or '97 in our Studiosaurus days when they were doing their first retirement tour or whatever you want to call it. The very first. So they were actually old, but they were young compared to it. You know, they're out there like 70 years old doing it now. But this was like, but they got their whole band back together. Peter Criss was there. Ace Frehley. Ace Frehley looked like he was about to fall off his platforms, man. He was like, trying to walk off the stage. He was awfully shaky. But he rocked.
Platforms. There's your first mistake.
Marcus Killigrew says that he can't drive to Louisiana to fix Kelsey's internet.
No, it's working. For a moment.
So you got these guys Kiss, right? They're like in '96. They probably had to be what, in their 50s, probably.
96 is 27 years ago. No, I don't think one of them's 75 right now.
I don't know, man. Dude, they started
so.
like their first
Probably
album
like
was 73.
probably like 70.
Yeah, I think they're early 70s. I don't think either. I don't know. Maybe one of them might be 75, but I don't think so.
Wow.
Well, let's say they were 20 and early 20s and 73. That's still what, 40? How many is that? 73? Was that 50 years ago? Yeah,
73, yeah.
Assignment for the chat. How old?
they've got to be in their
How
70s,
old is
right?
Gene Simmons?
So they would have been in their 50s when I went and saw them. And they were still, they had like guys, the security guys finding hot chicks in the crowd and giving them like backstage passes. And there was 3 girls in the front row. And this was at the Rose Garden where the Blazers play. So they have this big overhead, where they keep the scoreboard and everything, but you can see it's like a screen on all 4 sides of it, right? So you can see, whatever they're shooting. And these 3 girls in the front, I can't remember what song it was, but they all took their tops off for Paul Stanley. And then they plastered them up on the big screen.
So Gene Simmons is 73.
Wow.
Paul Stanley 71.
Look at that.
Golly, man.
Well, it's like you still got the Rolling Stones are still like doing stuff, aren't they? I mean, those guys.
And those guys are 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, how are they still alive?
Keith Richards, man, we get those blood
deal with the
transfusions in
devil.
Switzerland, right? So that's what.
Didn't he say he snorted his daddy's ashes?
Oh, jeez.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me.
I wouldn't.
And then he tried to recant it. I was like, nah, it's too late now. You said it.
Yeah.
That's right.
We know you did it.
Anybody know Goody Two Shoes in the chat? He's claiming there are no. It's scrolling here. Hold on a second. There are no hot girls in Oregon.
Man,
Hey, I'm married. That's where I met my wife. Watch it, pal. There's a few.
It's Oregon, so they're probably cold.
No, there's none in Portland,
Oh.
but he's
Texas got all the hotties, man.
I'm not talking about certain anomalies that happen, Aaron. We're talking about in general.
Yeah.
Hello back to Gary Shipman. How are you doing, man?
How's Andy doing? Is he holding up? Is this too much for you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Getting scared yet?
He hasn't started inking yet, though.
He is inking.
Oh, he is?
No, I'm not.
I was gonna say, that ain't ink.
I'm trying to distract them.
Okay, we got an hour to go, gentlemen. So,
I thought you were playing psychological games. No, Aaron, you got plenty of time. I hadn't even started inking yet.
I'm starting to ink right now.
Yeah, the winning banner usually dries up around inking time. Must focus.
We're serious now, man. There's no more screwing
See, that's
around.
the opposite for me.
Yeah.
I had this conversation with David. He can multitask while he pencils.
Right.
If I'm penciling, I have to focus. But if I'm inking, I can juggle plates and
That's funny.
eat with chopsticks.
Pimp hose.
Yeah, all that stuff while I'm inking. I can't do any of that while I'm penciling.
He's like, look, bitch, I told you. I'm penciling right now.
Stop moving your back. The board's going to mess up my ink.
Give me something to
Think
drink.
about it.
Dang, G don't play.
What are you drawing, David, anyway?
None yet. Damn business.
Yeah.
All right. No, that's fine.
So, Aaron, it's not none of your business. It's none of your damn business.
Now, I'm getting serious now.
Yeah, he's just nervous.
Yeah.
It's okay, David. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Well, he's realizing he probably should start over right about now, and that's the biggest issue. So, did you pull reference for Sauron, or are you just making it up, Kelsey?
He's just a big silhouette guy.
That's right.
I got a little bit of a reference. You can see head too big, but mostly just going for a lot of points, a lot of sharp edges.
Are you gonna paint the background red?
No, I'm not painting this one. I'm doing it on like typing paper here.
In the chat, I'm not going to read his full name. I'm just going to read this first name, Itchy. I can read the second one.
Itchy.
Ichibaka.
Uh-huh.
He says there are good-looking girls in Oregon. They're just there during the school year in the college towns.
Yeah, when they come in from Texas.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, you're a former Texan, aren't you, Kelsey?
Yeah, that's my home state. That's where I was born in Houston and vowed never to return again. Houston, I hate that place.
Damn.
But I live most of my days in Dallas, at least my Texas days, and a little bit in Austin, a little bit in San Antonio. Kind of hit them all.
My family is from Texas, grandparents and aunts and uncles and stuff. And so I grew up, I've never been to Texas, but I grew up hearing words and phrases that none of my friends knew what they were. Kelsey, you probably know some of these. Larapin.
Larapin?
Larapin. This pie is Larapin. It's delicious, Larapin.
I like Yontu, which is
yeah.
like we can go down the river of Yontu.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Cattywampus was another one.
Oh yeah, Cattywampus. Yeah. It's a little off kilter.
He's all cattywampus.
Oh, Joe Bernardo says it's like a Nebraska. In Nebraska, they have to import girls to the university because they can't win in football. Ask Aaron.
Oh.
You just wait. This year is going to be different. This is the year we're going to regain our glory. Yeah. It's pretty sad when you become a university or a program that it's like it's always, wait till next year.
It's not too late to like Clemson.
Yeah, don't give up.
Well, it's kind of like Andy and his Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, damn it. It's true.
You done started something. Oh,
can't deny it. It's true.
I mean, Cowboys is great. I haven't watched them in a while, but they used to be great.
Yeah, it used to be.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 90s.
No, actually true. Troy Aikman and those guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's like the Mavs and the Spurs, man. I used to watch both. I used to love both of them. I guess in the 2000s, they had like, man, who was it? Dirk. He might still be there. I'm talking basketball.
Dirk's long gone.
Oh, he is? Dirk and Nash and man, who are all these guys? It's been ages.
You really fell off. They've been gone for a while.
Yeah, but, it was so good back then, man. I lived in
San Antonio, they were a dynasty.
Oh, it was amazing. I lived in Dallas, and then the Mavs would win, and the town would go nuts, and then I'd move to San Antonio, and then the Spurs win, and it would go nuts there. But I think San Antonio did it way bigger when the Spurs started winning. That town, they were honking horns all night. It was crazy.
I was watching a basketball game between Portland and Dallas in the 90s when they were both good. And my girlfriend at the time came over because we were supposed to go out to dinner, right? So she was going to meet us over there and then at my house or my parents' house. And then we were going to go. And so she got there just like it was like 2 minutes to go in the game. And I said, okay, so the game will be over in 2 minutes, then we'll leave, right? And so it ended up going to overtime. And so I was like, okay, well, it's just a 5-minute overtime. So as soon as the overtime's over, then we go. Ended up being a triple overtime game.
Oh, geez.
So, yes,
guess we didn't get no draws that night.
She wasn't a keeper.
I was leaving a triple overtime game. Are you kidding me? We didn't have like DVRs and crap back then, man. It was like,
yeah, that's true. You miss it, it's gone forever.
Yep.
That's right.
Kevin Thomas says that Caddy Wampus sounds like a cool Thundercats character.
Yeah.
Good old Caddy Wampus. So my son texts me the other day and wants to know if I want to go see what's that new Adam Driver movie with the dinosaurs, like 63 million or 68 million?
65.
65. Like, it got terrible reviews, but I still want to go see it.
Dennis said the dinosaurs and stuff were fantastic.
Then that's good enough for me to go see. I mean, it's a great concept. It's like Planet of the Apes, right? They land back on Earth, but back in time, and they don't realize they're on Earth, and it's,
Aaron's
I can spoil the ending for you.
Very simple.
Well, we kind of spoil it in the trailer. It's not like there's a, that's a big secret or anything.
They should have held on to that whole idea of that they were way back in time. That would have made it way sweeter if you were like, what the hell is going on? There's like a creature followed me and all this, and it just turns out to be a dinosaur,
Right. No, I agree.
Yep.
I don't know why you would ruin. To me, that would be like the twist ending, right? It's like Planet of the Apes.
Well, you remember that movie? It was like a French movie with there's like a monster going around, and it turns out to be like a lion that was like
Kelsey.
You know what I'm talking about?
Kelsey, I'm noticing a motif with you. You always start out, you remember that movie? It had this guy and that guy in it, and we have to guess.
I'm spoiled by the chat. The chat usually is like, oh, yeah, I know that movie. And they just go.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry. Continue. I just had to laugh.
Brotherhood of the Wolf. I actually remembered it this time. Yeah, Brotherhood of the Wolf. I forgot the point of that was, but yeah, okay.
I apologize.
I remember the if they did that movie with the dinosaurs, like Brotherhood of the Wolf, where it's a mystery of what it is. You think it's like this crazy monster running around just killing everybody, and then it turns out to be something, like dinosaurs. It would have been a nice surprise.
Well, they could have saved a ton of money on CGI too if they only showed the dinosaur at the end.
Yeah, Jaws style.
Yeah, exactly.
Aaron, didn't you say you saw The Beast with Idris Elba?
I did.
I thought that was pretty good.
I did too. I mean, for what it was. I mean,
Yeah, for what it was.
It wasn't genius or anything. But I mean, it was a fun, you know.
I mean, the funny thing is, because, we talked about it, Dennis and I watched it, and then we reviewed it and stuff. The thing that cracked me up is the lion takes out, obviously, it's about a rogue lion, we'll say, and it takes out these other people, but then when finally Idris and the lion get together for the climactic battle, it's like, wow, you can take a lot of damage, Idris. It's like, holy crap. It reminded me, did you guys ever see Piranha from the 80s?
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the 80s. And, as soon as somebody steps a foot in the water, boom, Piranha are there, they're toast within a few minutes.
Yeah.
Not the star of the movie. He's like, I'll be right back. I'll brave the waters. And he swims across this area and just gets nipped on. It's like, wow, did the piranha slow down? Are they having that tryptophan thing from when people eat turkey where the piranha ate so much humans, they're tired now?
Yep.
I got that itis.
Right.
They had a couple fatties, slowed them down.
Exactly. Slowed them down. So the star of the movie's like, I'm good to go. They just ate Tess Fowler. I can do this. They just snacked on Lizzo. They're going to be good for a while.
Dang, Andy.
Hey, how can we get across the water? Get everybody's attention. I'm going to push Lizzo in. That'll keep them busy.
Eat this fat bitch first.
More than a mouthful for sure. Piranha are like, oh my God, I never want to eat a human again. I can't get that taste out of my mouth. That was gross.
There was
tastes like AIDS.
Oh.
Well, this show was nice while it lasted.
You can't bring Andy on anymore. He brings out the worst.
Andy, you're an instigator. You just say a couple of key words and then Dave just goes off.
I love it.
What was that episode of Walking Dead where who's the actor that played the Punisher? What's that guy's name? John Bernthal or whatever?
John Bernthal or something.
Oh, yeah.
They went to get. He was with this fat guy, and they went to get the medication or something. And they had. It was like a trailer that had it was a first aid trailer or something that was part of, and then it was in the parking lot of a school or something. I can't remember. But anyway, they had to break in, and there's zombies all over the place. They get the medication. They have to make a run for it. John Bernthal shoots the guy in the knee. So he falls down so the zombies will eat him and he can get away.
Smart thinking. Yeah. What's the old saying about being running from a bear? It's like you don't have to be faster than the bear, just faster than the other guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. You don't have to be faster than a zombie, just faster than the other guy. Yeah. So look, he didn't actually kill the guy. He just hobbled him. That's all.
That's right.
That's why you see so many dudes in Oregon hiking with plump girls.
Oh.
So they can make her get away.
Gary's getting in on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you backtalk me, woman. Don't you sass me. I'm faster than you.
Oh my gosh.
I got bear repellent for me.
Yeah. Weight's not an issue though in Oregon because girls around here, the choice of footwear is always questionable.
Sandals,
flip-flops rule.
Yeah, they can't run in it.
So just girls wear flip-flops, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to wear Crocs on a hike? Okay.
Yep.
When that mountain lion comes calling, see you around. My son went camping with his buddies when I was in college. They used to do these hikes and go camping and stuff. It's like, you out of your mind. They were like, they're in a tent, excuse me, and they would be like, yeah, we heard something at night crawling around, and I'm like, and there was like, big bear craps all over their camp when they got up in the morning. I'm like, good thing that bear didn't decide to go check out what was in the tent.
There's bear crap everywhere. Hey, where's John? I don't know.
I don't know, but I see part of his hand in that bear crap.
Wasn't he wearing that?
Where's John?
Yeah, that
Are they
black
marking their territory
Oh,
to come into your camp and poop all over the place?
I guess so, yeah.
I guess that's better than like eating you and then pooping all over the place.
Got this in the bag.
Well, it looks like you're moving along there pretty well. I am not. I feel as though I've been distracted by Andy's coarse language.
Coarse language. It's been a while since I've heard
Coarse language. His colorful verbiage.
That's right. That colorful verbiage that Andy brings to the table. It distracted me. Oh gosh. Well, I added an extra hobbit, and oh man, I might.
Kelsey, are you done?
I'm gonna get fancy with it. I'm gonna break out some ink and splatters and whatnot.
You say you're gonna do a color hold?
I still have an opportunity to ruin it, so I'm gonna take that chance.
Don't miss that opportunity to ruin it.
That's right.
Kelsey's the king of overworking his drawings, and we encourage him to do it every time.
That's what happened to the last one.
It looks
I
so
didn't finish the
promising.
Silverhawks. I ruined it. And I didn't make it up, so that's one I owe you.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the one who showed my work from last week.
Here, let me see if I can find it. I'll show you what I did to it.
Well, see, what happened was both you guys picked the same thing. You can't do that.
Can't do that.
And it was
What do you mean they picked the same thing? I thought you made something up last week. Wasn't that it? What was last week?
Here's Shane. That's a good
What were
one.
we doing last week? We did
That's
something-
hilarious.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's so good.
I need to send this off. Somebody actually bought this.
That is fantastic.
Here's Ethan. Not as,
Oh my God. Is it hot in here or am I just... Oh, dude.
He liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to my piece? I don't. Oh, here's Liver King. I like Liver King.
That's
Oh
funny.
God, that guy.
Here's Cecil trying to be a Liver King, but he's top. Really, that's all we end up seeing. But I'm pretty convinced the bottom is not what we think.
Little scrawny legs.
Gosh, I don't know what happened to my Silverhawks. I might have burned it already.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I would like to have seen that. I love the Silverhawks.
I messed up the face. David's was looking a lot better than mine anyway.
Yeah, it was.
It was a rough pencil layout. That's all that David did.
And it still was looking better than mine.
Yep.
Yeah, shut up. All right, I found it. Oh.
The studio is deteriorating when we start telling each other to shut up.
Right. The studio's breaking up.
You can see what I did to the face. It's like I was trying to put him in shadow, and I just started coloring on it and stuff, and it just got away from me. I'm like, screw it.
I'm like, who's that brother?
Yeah.
Like
I could probably keep working it and really work the shadow in the foreground, but it's like, no. I'll redo it.
I don't understand. We have a topic like science fiction. You guys both choose Silverhawks. It's like, what?
It's because
That's hilarious that you both did, though.
Well, he's not. I think I don't know what he was doing. He should have been drawing Flash Gordon or something.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. David was just talking.
What was sci-fi when? Let's see. David's like he's in between age of Aaron and me, right? So like you had like Flash Gordon, Aaron, and like that kind of stuff, or no? What was it? No, you're like a '60s kid, right?
Who, me?
Aaron, yeah.
Well, I was a '70s kid.
So you were born in the '60s,
but I don't have any memories of really anything until.
Okay, see, that's like me. I was like born in '75, and I just got I got memories of the tail end of '75 and all the '80s, really.
There goes mine, Kels.
Where? Let me see. Oh yeah, see, way better.
Oh, nice.
Here, let me go.
Good composition and everything.
David.
Yeah, because composition is the most important thing.
Yeah, Aaron will
nice.
get that.
I can draw.
This stuff sure looks nice.
The composition's horrible though.
Yeah, cool.
That'd have been so
Only
nice.
it were finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might have actually won.
Yeah.
No, we kind of gave
I
that
already
one.
won. I don't need to play in you guys' little game.
Yeah, right.
He's above all that.
Yeah,
He doesn't do this for the accolades.
exactly.
He does it for the purity of the art form.
Yeah. I do it for the fans, man.
That's right.
Dang it. Get it right. I understand that. It's all about the do it right or not at all.
Well, then you should abandon that drawing and do a good one.
If that's the way it was, I would have given up a long time ago.
Wow. Now, who said anything about quality? What are we talking about here? It's just a sketch, It's like you can't.
It says the guy doing like full on. What are you doing over there? Full on ink drawing with multiple characters, and you got that filigree all in there. The texture. Look at what are you doing?
I was going to make this easy this week, and then it's not as easy as I.
You can say it, and then I showed up. I get it.
I felt the pressure from Andy, and I was like,
He's like, oh man, we got a guest. I can't just rest on my laurels. Damn it.
I gotta bring it.
I gotta bring the heat.
Aaron, you calling it just a sketch, is that equivalent to F. Murray and Amadeus saying, "Oh, it's just a trifle."
Yeah.
Just a
Exactly.
It's a trifle.
Well, you gotta have your outs, right? So when people are like, "That's not that great," you go, "Well, it's just a sketch."
That's right.
I was under a hard deadline, get off my
right.
back.
Looking up stuff on the internet when I was supposed to be drawing.
I don't think non-artists understand that. I know, especially professionals, use that word sketch as something fast. Non-professionals use that word for finished pieces.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I always like my sketches oftentimes more than my finished piece, so I'll call it a sketch until it's good, and then
Right.
and then it's a final piece.
Exactly.
It comes
See,
out
that's
good.
cool. Yeah, this is just a sketch, so don't,
See, if everybody in the chat loves what I'm doing right now, this is a sweet piece.
Final. It's final.
If everybody's like, nah, then I'll be like, it's just a sketch.
Guys, it's just a sketch, guys. Come on.
It's just
Yeah,
it's a warm up,
Yeah.
Trying to get my rhythm.
Now I'm just wasting
I
time.
should have. The dumbest thing is to sit here and try and do a scene like I'm doing instead of just drawing like an orc.
But I'm sure glad you did.
Part of Roy says Aaron's David Finching his. What is that up?
Putting a little bit of
David Finching.
shadow on there. Just trying to give the drawing a little depth. I'm not trying to. I got 3 orcs and 2 hobbits to ink, man, and I've got like less than an hour to do it. I don't like the way this is shaping up.
Luffy says the bar isn't high, Andy. Aaron won last week because he finished his drawing.
True.
But it's not a competition, so I didn't really win anything. It's just it's camaraderie, and it's studio camaraderie. That's all it is. But if you'd like to recognize mine as best, then please do. I think that's fair. But if you don't, then keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
See, we're telling each other.
If you don't appreciate my genius, then shut up.
You don't have the eyes to see my genius.
Exactly.
And that's what I told you last week.
You're a simpleton.
Is Andy drawing a self-portrait? What is that?
I said I'm drawing my brother from another mother.
You got to put the beard on it.
The chocolate beard.
That's right.
Chocolate? This is doo-doo, baby.
Lizzo was over, and I said just one time.
Oh, see, now, we got kids in the audience.
We got to give the Trooper Award to J.G. Martinez. He has been feeling well, but he's still joining the chat. So,
oh man, get better soon, buddy.
That's right, GJ, man. Take it easy. Don't.
He just got up from a nap.
Well, thanks for joining us, despite your under the weatherness.
That's my theory. That's when someone graduates from childhood to adulthood is when you actually want to go to bed.
Yeah.
Exactly. What if you don't want to get up? Does that mean you're depressed?
No, that just means your life goals have not been achieved.
Well, then I'm depressed and my life goals haven't been achieved. Because every morning I'm like,
again.
I have to get up again.
I should be ruling comics by now.
I know.
According to my diary.
I never got that big break.
I never got the call.
I almost did a couple times, but it was fake.
Damn you, Gary Martin.
Curse you, Gary Martin. Every morning I scream it at the top.
So if I ever visit you, the whole neighborhood's, oh, so you're Gary Martin.
Oh, man. That's tough sledding out here, I gotta tell you.
Neighbors are like, for the longest time, we didn't know what was up with Aaron because we know he's married, but we always heard him screaming about Gary Martin more than we heard him screaming about Shelley.
Oh, man.
And now we get to see you. We know why.
Yeah, I've had a rough go of it. I'll admit it, but I'm always hopeful for tomorrow. Hope springs eternal. That big break is coming.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Oh my God!
That Johnny Nash song, I can see clearly now. We were
That's
talking
right.
about
I can see
Hercules.
clearly now. The rain. Of course, the rain has never gone in Oregon. Maybe that's my problem. If I was,
That's true. It never goes away.
yeah, that's right. If I was in Texas with the Kelsey's clan,
Man, I couldn't take it. The amount of rain that you guys get, no way.
I couldn't either. Well,
It'll
that's
rain
why-
2 days straight here, and I'm like, oh, this is enough of that.
Well, you used to be in upstate New York, and that's why you left, right? Because it was just like so gray and depressing all the time.
That's exactly why I left. I was like, I need to get out of here. This place sucks.
Yeah. Well, it's on my my agenda to move, but I gotta wait for those kids to have grandkids and figure out where they're gonna go.
David, are you softening some of those hard edges?
Yep.
Is that what you're doing?
Yes, sir.
So what are you using to do that?
A napkin, not a good one.
So you're just kind of smearing it, or is it? Actually...
Yeah, I usually would do a paper towel or toilet paper or whatever, and I just start smudging it in there until I get the roughness that I like and the transitions that I like. But this paper that I'm using is like old Marvel paper. It's like working on a paper towel, so it's just absorbing it. So I'm really trying to work it.
I'm constantly using like Kleenex and paper towels to, like, you know, if I'm doing colored pencil and I want to soften an edge or something. Did we lose Kelsey again? We did, didn't we?
Shit.
Sure did.
Even when he's here, he's not here.
Yeah.
Kleenex, paper towel, David's using an old napkin. Whatever happened to the good old days of a sock next to the bed? I apologize, Aaron.
No, you know, it's just...
This is what you have to look forward to, Gary. Just telling you now.
Okay, well, yeah. So I won't be shocked and horrified.
You know, see, every time I have Andy on, I always have Tom, okay, dude, it's PG-13 on this show, okay, so clean it up. He's like, oh,
I haven't done anything that goes into the R rating yet.
Everything is in.
He said, "Yeah."
Because technically PG-13 means you're allowed one F-bomb, and I haven't even done that.
I appreciate it.
He said, "I'm revving up for that."
Yeah, you only get one, so you got to save it. You got to make it good.
Save it for the right moment.
Right. You just can't drop it for no reason.
Randy Howell wants to see Andy's sock puppet show.
Oh, God.
No.
So that you have some like-minded fans out there.
No, you don't want to see it.
Don't egg him on.
Aaron, looks like to me you kind of have a Bill Stout thing going on here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit. Well, you know, you start using that pen because that's what Bill does in his sketches. And I always thought that Stout stuff had sort of a underground comics feel to it, the way he inked, didn't you?
No, I
Really?
always thought that his inking is the way underground comics should be. I saw him first and then looked at other underground artists, and I was disappointed because I thought it should be like Stout.
Hmm. Well, see, I guess it just depends on which. Because I remember seeing, I don't know what. Maybe it was it Gilbert Shelton, or is it Sheldon? And you know, some of Crumb's stuff. Just that sort of that pen line, that kind of, you know, short line work kind of stuff. I kind of felt like his stuff, the Stout stuff, always had that vibe. And I know.
Okay. I'm thinking of, when I think of Stout, I think of his brush stuff. But you're talking about his like
his sketches and stuff.
Mobius, John Giroux kind of thing.
Yeah. The sketches that he sells at, like, you know, San Diego and stuff. He'd always prepare like some pen sketches and stuff. And that always kind of had that sort of, I always felt kind of had that underground comics feel to it a little bit. Because I know that was a big influence on him in his younger days. Of course, he was right in that period of time, you know, and in...
Yeah, when you say Crumb, that brings it together for me, that pen stop. Not what he was drawing, but the pen.
Right. Yeah, the line work, the way he used the lines and stuff. I can't remember the name of the channel. It ticks me off because I met this guy at, I just did a show. Where was I? Down in California, 1-day show. And
what's this? You can't remember the show?
Yeah.
Newsflash.
Well, no, it was was it the California Comic Art Con? California Comic Con. That's what it was called. It was a 1-day show in Costa Mesa, which apparently is a very rich area. It was.
Yes, it is.
And this guy, I met this guy there, and he has a, he like interviews artists and comic book people, and he had this long form Bill Stout interview on there, and I listened to it. So it was like over 2 hours long, and it was really interesting listening to Stout and how he he started off doing a bootleg album covers and things like that. I mean, it's just really interesting.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was like, he would, because the bootleg, the live performances used to be a big deal, these bootleg albums in the 70s. And he said he was in his record shop or something, and he was like criticizing one of the bootleg album covers. And he's like, yeah, they should get, I could do better than this. They should get, spend more time or money on their album covers, And apparently there was a guy, so if I'm remembering the story correctly, a guy that, either the guy that run the record shop knew a guy that produced these bootleg albums, or the guy that produced them was in the record shop. And basically, the guy, I think it was actually the guy running the shop knew somebody. And so he said, do you want me to hook you up with him? So I was like, yeah. And so he goes, it was like, he had to meet this guy in the parking lot of a
of course,
some
clandestine location,
right? Like it was like like a drugstore someplace at midnight, and the guy he said he literally drove up, and his windows were rolled up and had like the tinted glass, and he rolled the window down and handed him the instructions and said, okay, this is what I want, and I needed 2 weeks. Meet right back here at 12 o'clock in the same spot in 2 weeks,
Jeez.
Wow.
And so he would go, and then he turned over the album cover, and so he said he was doing a lot of those for this guy. I can't remember his name, but that was hilarious. That he would... What the heck, man? Who's drag racing?
Wow, it was right outside my window.
Was that you?
It was, your story was getting long, so I decided to.
Damn.
Gary's bringing the heat.
But I'm back.
But no, it's interesting to listen to these guys, like Stout and these other legendary guys tell their stories, because they're usually, especially a guy like Stout, it's very interesting.
Yeah, well, even if he didn't do art, he's an interesting guy.
Yeah. I mean, not too many people go to Antarctica just to paint,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we saw some of his paintings at one of his shows, and they're in Antarctica. They're amazing. His landscapes, just amazing.
Well, he told me once, he didn't say this in this interview, but he was telling me this story that they were going out to this big, they're leaving wherever they were camped at, and they were going out to this really big ice floe or something, and they were going to, and so he was going to go on the ice floe and I guess paint, something. And I don't know what the scientist dudes were doing, but so they're riding this, those big kind of heavy duty rafts that have like motors on the back of them, so it was like a rubber raft, but it's like one of those really big heavy duty ones.
Yeah.
And so they're going from the encampment across this, this area of ocean to this big ice floe. And he says it was really rough. And, they were just plowing through these waves, and like, every time you'd hit one of these bumps in the waves, you'd catch air and everything. So he was like, And he said, and swimming around us the whole way there were these leopard seals, which are like freaking great white sharks, but they're these giant seals. They'll kill you, right? They got fangs and the whole thing, and he thought for sure they were going to die. He said because they were, of course they didn't, but he was just. I mean, I can't even imagine, because you go overboard and something like that. You're like, dude, it's over, It's not like, oh, we'll come back around and get you. Just stay afloat for a few minutes. These leopard seals be tearing you apart, and you're just. Yeah, I've never had this like desire to like. I want to go paint lions in the wilds of Africa. Just drop me off here and pick me up when I'm done. Yeah, I don't think so.
I wouldn't mind Africa, but Antarctica, I don't think so.
Well, I just mean going someplace that isn't particularly safe. Because you're just really compelled to draw the environment. But yeah, he's a remarkable guy. He's achieved quite a bit in his life.
Yeah.
Artistically speaking, I guess he wasn't really initially a dinosaur guy either. But he got approached to do this dinosaur book, and so he felt like, well, if I'm going to do this book on dinosaurs, which you guys I'm sure have all seen the Bill Stout dinosaur book, he was like he wanted to know what he was drawing, so that he could be authentic or whatever, and so that got him into dinosaurs, and which I thought was pretty interesting as well.
The chat is. Being stupefied by David's use of whiteout.
By his use of what?
That's cool.
Whiteout.
Whiteout.
Yeah. Well, when you make that many mistakes, you got to cover it up with something.
Ooh.
That's right.
Yeah, well, we gotta. I got to throw it back on somebody, man. I can't.
Yeah, Kelsey's not here.
Aaron, what's the final time
Hey-o.
shooting for? What's our deadline?
We got about 20 minutes, unless I need more time.
Unless I need more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about going to Antarctica to sketch whatever, or learning dinosaurs just to learn dinosaurs. I used to have this thought. It's like I was watching documentaries about people climbing Mount Everest, and I was like, should I want to do that? I mean, should I have the desire to like?
Should you want that desire? Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm like, and then I concluded that no, I'm happy watching it on TV. Actually, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I will gladly enjoy their success.
I'm done.
Well, if you got
goody.
if you've got like even a 10% chance of dying doing something, I'm probably not going to take it. I'm ready to
We're not risk takers. We're artists.
That's right. And it's like,
Yeah, I stopped snow skiing a while back just for that reason.
hey, ever since Sonny Bono got it, I was like, I ain't doing that.
I stopped leaving my house because of that.
Wasn't there an episode of SpongeBob where he would leave the house?
What is the percentage of me getting savagely killed today if I leave my house?
The chances are high. I just don't take that chance.
Instacart, Uber Eats. Kelsey's like, I'm good. I don't have to go anywhere. Amazon.
Hell yeah, I love it. They deliver groceries now.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I took my daughter to go see. They used to do at OMSI, which is the Oregon Museum of Science and Industry. They have like a planetarium there, and they do these laser light shows, right? And we go and see, like, what they do, like Laser Floyd. They do Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah.
And they do a laser show for the whole album, and so they used to do these at midnight, right? And OMSI used to be by the Portland Zoo, which is on the west side, and now it's moved over to the east side, which is, shall we say, not as pleasant of an area. And
Right.
Sketchier neighborhood.
yeah, so they used to
All
do
of Portland now is a sketchy neighborhood.
that's true. But they used to do
I know.
these
Why do you even leave your house?
Yeah.
they used to do these things at midnight, right? They have these midnight rock laser shows, but now they do them at like 7 o'clock in the evening, right? So that you're out of there before it gets too late. And there's some food trucks over on Hawthorne Boulevard. Gary will know where that is. And that's not far from OMSI. And they have some really good food over there. And she's like, oh, can we go to this place? You know, and I'm like, yeah, no. Because at this point, you get done with the show, because we went and saw a laser, it was a Laser Floyd show, but it was Brick in the Wall, right? So it was really good. And so they just play the album and do the laser show. And then she's like, oh, let's go over there and get some eats. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to the food trucks at 8 o'clock at night in that neighborhood. So where we used to go in the evening, you can only go during the day now.
Most freaks come out at night.
Yeah, well, around here, there's plenty of that going on. Plenty of freakery going on around here.
She's like, Dad, if you would just pack heat like Mom does when we go out, we could do these things.
So I tell Shelly, I'm like, I don't know if I want to get a gun. I figure if you get a gun, you're pretty much saying you're prepared to shoot somebody. I said, I don't know that I am. She goes, I am. So.
And then she looks at you side eye, and you're like, "What?"
Exactly.
What?
It's like, and she's thinking
I
about me.
live just across the river from Portland and Vancouver, and it's starting to get questionable. I was going into the grocery store the other day, and some guy walks up to me and was asking for money. He had some story about wanting to get his children back. Like, what?
What is this, New York? Get out of here.
Wanting your children back, so you're begging outside of a Winco. You gotta upgrade your grocery store.
Yeah.
Did Gary, you know where the Beaverton Powell's bookstore is over there at Beaverton Mall?
Yeah.
I was coming out of there. This is pre-pandemic. I was coming out of there.
That's where the Burlington Coat Factory is, right?
No. They closed that one down. I'm talking about all the way like over on Cedar Hills Boulevard in Beaverton.
Oh, okay.
And so I come in out of the Powell's, and this guy comes up to me, and you can see him coming. And you're like, oh, brother. And he's like, hey, you know, he's basically begging for money, saying that, you know, he didn't have enough money to feed his kids. He's out of work and all this kind of stuff. And I said, all right. I said, you expect me to believe this story? I said, and so you just hang around the parking lot looking for money? And he's like, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing. And so I gave the guy some money, and I kind of watched him as he went away, and he walked over to that McDonald's over there and actually got food. And I felt bad that I didn't give him more money because I thought he was BSing me. But
could have been like that scene from Falling Down where he's like, hey, give me some money, man. Here, have my briefcase.
yeah,
What am I supposed to do with this?
Hello.
Hello?
Hey guys.
Hey, guys.
How much time do we got left?
15 minutes.
well, probably. Well, technically, we started late, but technically, probably about 5 minutes. Because I know you got to roll, right?
Yeah,
How much time do you have?
not long.
All right.
Are you done?
I've been done.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's take a
So that
look.
means I won.
We'll give ourselves a few more minutes, and then we'll take a look at what David's accomplished, so he can get the heck out of here. Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Drew
Oh,
two
cool.
Is that Gandalf going against that big whatever it was?
You shall not pass.
today. The Balrog.
Yep.
That's pretty freaking awesome. I hate to.
That
it
is
just
freaking
pains
cool.
me to say that, but it's so nice.
I'm glad you didn't put wings on it and you just gave it like the fire thing. That looks great.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
wings would have actually taken you some time. So I'm glad you kind of. So Kelsey's saying you crapped out, is what he's saying.
No, there are the wings.
Yeah, he's got him
there's
there
a
white.
there's a whole argument about whether or not the Balrog actually has wings or not.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's fantastic. Definitely, you secured third place for sure.
Hey, I wanted third place.
Well, you're gonna get fourth probably, but you never know.
Oh, sweet.
I'm just happy to be here.
That's a killer piece, David. Well,
That's awesome.
Well done. GJ Martinez is giving you the flames.
It's fire. You ain't give me no flames.
Saying you're flaming.
Yeah.
Zane Comics says D-Wams wins as always. What? He wins sometimes, but it's not a competition, so he never actually does.
It's just a game. It's just a game.
Yeah, that I win.
Randy Howell from Canada says that's a sweet piece, David.
David did 2 this week.
I did do 2.
First one was lame. That's why he quit. Dan Lawless says, man, that is so cool.
Thank you, kind sir.
Nice.
All right, that's enough.
That's right. We've
It's
seen
never enough. Bring it on. Come on.
Take it in a room. Get a room.
For God's sake, take the drawing off the screen.
Yeah, give me a complex.
Nice. Okay. All right. Very, very well done, David. You finished on time. We're just proud of you. That's all.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Oh man, I still got to ink Frodo in like 5 minutes.
Silhouette.
Get out the big marker.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to tap out, fellas. Thank you for
All right, brother. It's good hanging with you.
Good job,
Especially
man.
you, Andy. Thank you so much for being on here with us
Yeah.
and showing us how it's done.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
That's right.
It all turns out here in the end.
And thanks to everybody in the chat. I look forward to talking to you and showing you more stuff next week. And I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. And God bless.
All right.
Take it easy, brother.
All right, one down.
It's
Shooting
not
it.
gone yet, so we can't
I
talk.
know. I was gonna start bad mouthing, but he's still there. Oh, okay. Typical maneuver. Bows out before the pressure really starts to. No, I guess he's got some company coming over. So.
All right, I'm just noodly scratching at this point.
I'm gonna say, Kelsey, you've been done for a while, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much. Now I'm just milking it.
Well, I'm just waiting. I'm giving you a little more time to ruin it before we.
Kelsey,
And
do you
what-
ever actually finish a piece, or do you just stop working on it?
No. I definitely finish, but I don't know. This one, it seemed like it needed some darkness, some clouds, some belching. What do you call it? Volcanoes back here.
Yeah.
Andy,
And
how
I can
close
see the Eye of Sauron and.
Oh, I'm
behind
fine.
Sauron.
I can call it.
Good abs.
All right.
I think that's going to be the name of my next crowdfunding, Belching Volcanoes.
Band name.
Never heard one, man. That's awesome.
That is a good band name. You're right. The Belching Volcanoes.
We're gonna go see the Belching Volcanoes tonight, man. We're playing with the dead Kennedys. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll show mine last. Maybe I can finish.
Where are you at, Andy? Are you almost done?
Yeah, I mean, I'm set.
He's just noodling. Everybody's rubbing it in my face.
I'm just noodling around. I mean, I have a certain level I do for like sketch type stuff. So yeah, I was just noodling around.
sketch. It's just a sketch. You shouldn't, feel no pressure.
Unless it's great.
That's right. Then it's a work of art. But at this point,
There, signed and done.
I'm a little pissed at David that he actually put in a pretty good piece this week.
You're pissed. You're like, this is not at all what I expected.
That's right. I expected him to drop the ball.
You mock him for not finishing, and you mock him for finishing.
I know, a guy can't win.
No, that's the way I roll, man. All right, Kelsey, we're gonna get a close up on Kelsey here before he fades out again.
Yeah, no kidding.
Look at that background action, man.
So yeah, you can see
nice.
the eye back there. Lots of smoke and whatnot. Got his knife thing. Look at my black fingernail.
Oh, I knew you were one of those guys.
Wow. Goth artist.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. I pushed this old typing paper about as far as it'll go. So.
There you go.
You did that, that's 20-pound like copy paper?
Yeah.
Did you run out of your dollar store art pad?
No, I don't know why I did it this way. Just because it was right in front of me. I think I don't know. It worked. Hey, it worked.
Art you were talking about on Instagram? Who's that artist you're saying that you were trying to get into?
Oh yeah, Frank Turan. Yeah, that guy's a beast, man. He's he's one of those guys. I've been admiring a lot of these guys that just go after it on the page. Like they don't bother. Like I used to be one of those guys that would I'd do layouts, tighten it up, light box it, repencil it, ink it, and it would take me days to do a piece. And I've really been inspired by these guys. Even Sam Keith, he's a guy. It seems like he goes after it on the page. If you see original art, he'll have those like cutouts and paste ups. And,
yeah.
I love that stuff. It's just, I don't know. It's like a visceral kind of just working it. I don't know. When you get your hands dirty,
Feel like
I don't know. I think it's important now too, because AI, this all AI business. It's like, nah, original art. That's definitely a precious commodity at this point, especially on typing paper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it was done by an artist.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and
I try.
That's the kind of praise you get around here. It looks like an actual piece that was done by an artist for once. Kelsey, nice work. I think you've like secured yourself right behind David. So that's fourth place. Let's see what Andy's got. Andy may knock you out of fourth place.
I doubt it.
There we go.
Hey.
Oh, I like the ring falling.
My precious.
It's my precious.
Now, is it falling into the lava, or did he just drop it here?
He dropped it. Who knows?
He dropped the ball, all right. I mean,
that's
the
right.
ring.
That's right. That much thought into his story. It's just a sketch.
He dropped the ring. So
can you zoom in? Can we zoom? I can probably zoom.
Not really. I mean, I was going to ask, what type of camera are you using where you can zoom like that?
It's expensive.
Well, no, the one that I use when I'm here. Let me switch to the regular camera because that one I can zoom and stuff. This one I can't.
My new one is supposed to have,
and it's clear
capabilities, but I haven't figured out the software yet.
Oh, that is clear. Wow,
that's nice.
Yeah. So, just brush pen, baby. I'm like, if I'm doing this, I'm doing con tools. So
I'm surprised you didn't draw his junk in there.
It's all about line weight.
His junk is underneath. Aaron, he doesn't walk around naked in the movies. Good Lord.
I'm just saying I'm surprised you didn't draw it. That's what I'm suggesting.
So that's that.
Wow.
All right, well.
Veins and everything.
I am trying to
Yeah. Well, that's because I got the noodling. So.
All right. Well, I guess it's time to. Oh, we lost Kelsey again.
Oh my God.
All right. Let me pull back here. I'm not done, as you can tell, but got a little.
Oh my! I can't believe how much you can do in the same amount of time. It took all I could to do one figure, and it was the golem. And you're like, oh, I got a few orcs, couple. What do you call it here? Hobbits.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get. I had one of those chisel point calligraphy type pens. I need to get another one.
Dude, once you get them figured out, and I'm not saying I figured it out yet, but I'm getting closer to figuring it out. You can do some.
Oh yeah.
Nice stuff with it.
Erase
Oh,
them
no, I agree.
and have them standing in water, and you'll be done.
Well, this is definitely a first place finish if I'd actually finished it. So I'm just going to have to.
Yeah, but okay, you're a hair away from between first place and last place.
I know it's a razor thin line, isn't it? But it's a good thing it's not a competition, so I don't have to worry about it.
You know, I saw that this was episode 16, and all I can say is after 16 episodes, you think Aaron would go, I've got to draw something I can get done in the time frame.
He expands his compositions every week. They get harder and harder.
It's getting worse. Yeah, I'm not getting smarter. I'm getting dumber. Account 964 says Aaron's cheating. No more drawing. Yeah, I know. Okay, Aaron, who are the hobbits? I'll tell you, Joe, when you spell my name correctly.
Ooh.
Let's see here. Joe Bernardo
Got $2 super chat. Thank you, Joe.
Andy. Did I miss a super chat? Did you say? Are you making a joke?
There's a $2 one right there.
Oh, there it is. Geek Avenger, $2. Thank you. Love Andy's portrait of Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
It should go in the Supreme Court. They should hang it up.
Perfect.
All right, so yeah, I got 3 orcs in there.
Chainmail. That was your downfall. Chainmail.
Yeah, that was your downfall.
Look at that guy in the smaller guy peeking over the rock. Yeah, that little guy.
I know.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
What are you guys doing? What are you looking at? Yeah, so I was going to put a couple silhouettes over here, and like some.
Oh yeah, sure. Tell us everything you were going to do.
I know. It was going to be really cool if only I'd done it.
You're going to have an orc army behind them, but you just didn't know.
That's right. Well, with silhouettes, he still could.
Yeah, that's right.
All you got to do are some spears and stuff sticking up in silhouette.
There you go.
Somebody's got to be holding them.
Put little clouds back there. Zaid Comics says, that's cool, I guess. Well, thank you for the left-handed compliment, Phil. There we go. Nintendo Ginger. Yeah, it's okay. What's this like? I'd like to all see us do the film Legend. Yeah, I did a character from that, and I lost a Rini in Dan's draw stream, so I have bitter feelings towards Legend right now. Skullmaster says David won, but this is not a competition, so there is no winners or losers. Okay. Well, there you have it, guys. I don't think Kelsey's going to return.
Probably not.
So we'll wrap this up. Let me get off my unfinished drawing so you guys can remember it as being finished. I will produce it next week finished. So there you go. I'll use the David Williams maneuver and finish it over the course of the week and then bring it in.
David still owes some drawings to this.
Yeah, he didn't do anything from last week, so he's actually sort of in trouble. He's actually getting close to getting suspended. You can't follow the rules.
That's it. You can't follow the rules. You can't play anymore.
Look at Luffy as God says, from first to last in 1 week, this competition is brutal. Aaron lost. This is not a competition. So I'm left-handed. What could have been, yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us in the chat. We had pushing up about 170 at some point. And please, all you guys, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on the way out the door. Also, be reminded, of course, that Wraith of God Second Chance Printing, the link to that campaign is in the description of this video, as well as Wraith of God Blood Hunters regular campaign and Andy Smith's KOR-DRATH the Reckoning. You want to go and check that out. And David Williams, Bass Reeves, West of Hell. So all the links are in the description of this video. We appreciate you guys' support. We couldn't do this show if you weren't here helping us out. And so enjoy the, what day is it? Is it Wednesday? So we still got...
Yes, it is.
Still got a healthy bunch of week left. So enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you guys on the weekend on Aaron Live Sunday night. And maybe I'll do a draw stream before that. So anyway, Thanks, guys, and we will see you next time right here on Graybeard Studio. Oh, I want to thank Andy Smith for being our special guest.
And thank you for the invite. I enjoyed it.
It was a good time. So we'll thank you, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.